How the devil are you?
How the hell are you?
Is that come clear on your with the intro plays? Does it play in a continuous thing for you? Because I've got it on my television and it runs fluid on here on there, but on my laptop it stops loads.
It's fine on mine. Mine didn't stop.
Oh, okay.
A stupid thing to ask me anyway. You know what my computer's like.
Oh yeah. So at the moment we have Hayden in the chat.
Hey Hayden.
Hello.
How are you?
How you doing, Hayden?
Are you excited?
Probably wetted himself with excitement.
Hayden, how's your week been?
Oh dear.
Probably. Not too dissimilar to mine.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
I have to say my week has got better as it's gone along, so that's a positive.
You dyed your hair again? It looks you blue.
Yes,
dark.
I did it yesterday.
I can tell you blue looks really dark again though.
So was that the same colour?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you said is actually supposed to be purple.
Yeah. Well, it kind of it depends what light you look at it in, but it looks mainly blue. But yeah, I quite like it though.
I like it. It's very nice, Simpson.
I do.
Yeah. Well, because I'm going away. I'm going away tomorrow, and then obviously we've got the show next week. So I thought let me just do it, and yeah.
You're actually going to the show. You are definitely going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you going to the Bedford one?
I very much doubt it because it's Paul's birthday that weekend.
Oh,
so I highly.
Hayden's on holiday, isn't he, for the Bristol one?
Yeah, he's away next week. Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler. The thing is, as well, though, if there wasn't very many people going to Bristol, I probably wouldn't bother, to be honest. But because there's so many people going,
I think everyone's descending on.
I've really got to go, haven't I? Really. So yeah, so it's going to kill me, but I'll do it. Yeah.
See,
Spider MILF.
Oh, hello, Spider MILF.
As soon as Rob put a message up saying that thing he was up, I was like, oh, first Bedford one. I thought, oh, I prefer to do that now than the other one because it's just easier.
Thing is, as well, I'll probably.
God, yeah, it's so much easier for me.
But everyone's going to be there, like you said. So.
The thing is, most people are going to be at Bristol because
it's the
first one. Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to go there because it's the first show back.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But yeah, I mean Bedford, as I said, I probably wouldn't make anyway because it's Paul's birthday. So, yes.
Spiders had too much hot sauce at dinner.
Had too much hot sauce on your dinner.
Yeah.
Oops.
As long as it wasn't.
Have you been talking to Stefan? Stefan in his hot sauce. Blimey O'Reilly.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey Scott, you alright? Thanks for reminding me. I forgot to change it back. Change what?
Oh, that's Scott. Scott is Spider MILF. Oh, okay.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah, you look at the logo in the chat.
Confused me.
Confused me and all. It's like, who the hell's Spider Milf?
Why has he got 2 things then?
I have no idea.
He's got 2 accounts, obviously. Yeah.
Must have. So is Spider Milf another channel, Scott, or is that just something else?
Holy hell, Scott!
You may not want to know about.
God bless your belly. That's all I can say.
I've got a ghost pepper sauce in my food. Jesus Christ!
I know, right? You and Stefan are crazy. I tell you.
That'll be why you're in pain.
I think I'd be in
Have
the hospital.
have you tried the bomb sauce we all did, Scott?
Vile stuff.
Did you do the bomb?
All right, fair enough.
Did you do the bomb, Tanya? You did, didn't you?
Did I do the
okay.
The bomb.
Yes.
Oh, I thought so.
My channel was very, very new then.
That damn sauce, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my channel was very, very new then. And actually, when I'd watched everybody that got nominated and all their challenges, that's how I got to know a lot of people.
Yes.
That was probably one of the first videos of YouTube's that I saw, actually. And then we met at the Brighton show.
Yeah, because it was the day before that show, wasn't it, that we did the challenge, because I was dying.
You were, not a well boy.
I'm sure I met you before we and Robert got together, Tanya.
Brighton show was my first ever show.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hi, Lexi. Yeah, I know, Scott. My hair has changed so drastically. It's not true.
I only started my YouTube channel about September time that year. No, about October time actually. I'd literally only been going about a month.
I could have sworn blind. The first time I saw you then was when me and Robert with Rob.
At the Brighton show. Except I spoke to Rob, but I didn't realise you were there until after. And then we saw each other at Seas, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The January, yeah.
I could have sworn I'd seen you in the show.
That's right, because Seas was the last show we all did.
Yeah. And that was only my second show. Yeah.
Was watching your Diversipies bids, Rob and Jen. Oh yeah, when we rehoused it.
Got the flicker.
No. The Diversipies, a really, really pretty one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did it in France.
I can't believe Rob had short hair. Yeah,
I know.
I think it looks better. I think your hair looks better longer, personally.
I do. I think it looks much better longer. It's not done growing yet, to be fair, but it's getting there.
Yeah. My son's hair is probably my oldest son is probably about the same length as yours, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now the back's a bit longer because I think I might need to just get the back trimmed up a bit to make it all the same.
No, you look a freak of it. No, it looks better. It looks better like that.
Okay, then. There you go. I'll leave it like it is.
If it was a lot shorter, then fair enough, because you'd be full on mullet.
Yeah.
But
sometimes you need it different lengths to make it sit properly, otherwise it kind of grows out like that.
Yeah.
It does kind of do that because it's quite thick, my hair. So.
Hayden said, I think he's hiding a ball patch.
It's not a comb over.
That's mean. That's mean, Hayden. Mean. Oh dear.
Thanks,
So who's got new things this week? Anybody? Or are we all saving our pennies for Bristol?
No, I've actually got something new today.
Oh, what did you get? Yeah. Excuse my washing machine in the background, by the way.
I wonder what the noise was. I've booked myself on a course.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
For?
Speed awareness course. I've been a naughty boy.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Bad, Rob, bad.
Luckily, hi Andy. Luckily, I got away with the course. Still a 90 quid fine, but yeah.
You get so if you do the course, you don't get points.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you can only do the course once every 3.5 years, because if you get done again in 3.5 years, you get points regardless.
What did you get caught on speed camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a not a happy boy.
Yeah, I was not amused. Ah,
I
Scott
have
got a job.
got caught for speeding. I do not know.
I suppose Spider just need to do.
Hi, Andy. By the way,
Yeah,
got a job.
I've had a clean license for God knows how many years, and then say I was out with Jen and we were going through a little village, and I went round a car to try and get past it and just accelerated a little bit too much
It was literally a fraction.
and got caught, and I was so pissed off.
It was really
I
funny.
can imagine. Beep beep. Expletives coming out of your mouth.
Oh hell yeah!
I've never seen.
I'll tell you what.
Quite
On the way
unusual.
down. Sorry, Jen. On the way down to Paul's, there's several villages that you go through, and it goes from 60 to 30 to 40 to 60, and you really have to know. You really have to
Yeah.
be on the ball, because that's. I did get caught down there once before, but it was years and years ago, and I think I just got fined. Actually, I think that was before. It was a long time ago, but yeah. So I'm really, really ultra aware where the cameras are now. Oh, no.
I normally am. I'm normally really good at where cameras are, but this one I just missed completely. It's one of those things.
Proper plating that PCB. I have no idea what that means.
I know what electroplating is because
Is that his job?
we used to get that done where showing off for the girlfriend. Not quite.
Not really.
If I had a car that I could show off in, then fair enough. But you know. Hi James.
Hey James.
My dad was a speeder. My mum used to get the blame. She couldn't remember when and at what time she was driving.
Oh, that's naughty. That is.
No, yeah, that's mean.
That's funny.
Do you know, I'm sure. No, I'm not sure actually, because I know if Paul was driving my car on that day, it would definitely be him to get the speeding, not me. This is a nightmare. Hence, he doesn't drive my car very much.
I got done for speeding years and years ago, but I've never actually been done for speeding in a car. I've always been driving a bus while I've been speeding.
You got done with speeding in a bus?
Yeah. Twice.
Twice?
I'd go to the little show, James. Are you?
Yeah, James, I'll be there with Jen.
I was
Tanya's going.
Can you go as well?
Yeah. I wasn't going to, but I just can't pass up seeing my friends, can I? So I have to go.
Well, that's the thing. Like you say, it's the first one. Literally everybody is going to be there.
Yeah. And also, I'm still slightly worried that come the dead of winter, in case we get restrictions again and I can't go to Brighton or I can't go to Seas or whatever, my nearest one. So I'm just going to make the effort.
I think restrictions happen again.
Well, that's the thing. Seas is right at that time of year, isn't it? That's when it all kicked off before. So
did we send Tyler stickers?
Not yet.
Rob, did we?
No, we didn't.
I'm sure we did. Did I give you my ones to send, or did you give me your?
No, you gave me your ones to send to Rob in America.
No, all I've got for Tyler is mine. I spare one of Rob's.
Hi, Greg.
I spare one of yours. And I've got some Weber stickers to send out. But I'm just
Tyler, we need to sort it out
for the
either way.
mugs as well.
I have got some. I meant to send some to Gar. I completely forgot.
Yes, you have kind of got to, James. Don't be lazy now.
Did I not post yours out, Lexi?
This is what I mean. I thought you had a load to post out because I know Lexi was in there.
I did post a load out.
Sure.
Okay, sorry, Lexi. If I haven't posted yours out, I'm away this weekend, but I promise you I will do it next week, during the week. I'll send them out for you.
I really thought you'd send those out.
So did I, but apparently not. My apologies. I will get that sorted.
Tyler, they'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's part of this country, it's not, is it?
Ireland.
Tyler's an island, yeah.
Ireland. I don't know if it's Ireland. So. But I could have sworn you sent it Lexi out.
I honestly thought I did, but apparently not. Greg, you're at Bristol, aren't you? You're working with. Oh, damn, what's his name?
I haven't
Nick.
got your stickers, James. I don't think you got mine either, so I'll bring a couple of mine. I don't have me left.
I have. Yeah, I think we'd all need to bring stickers to the show and just like
We
to
do.
go
Oh,
boxes.
that's the point. Lexi, are you going to be at Bristol?
I'm sure she said on Facebook or something she was going.
Oh, okay. Lexi,
Because
you can meet,
if you're going to
my
be at
little
Bristol,
girl, my little
Lexi,
girl's
I'll
going.
bring
Come with
stickers
me.
with me.
Yeah.
That might be the easier way. Then you'll definitely get them because you can kick my ass if I haven't got them.
Yeah.
Look, I just realised I matched my Pepsi can.
That's taking coordination to a whole new
Oh,
level.
I know. I've got green fingernails though.
I like those. She put those.
Oh, you're going to Kettering.
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew I said she was going to something.
Oh.
In that case, I will get them posted.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Bristol's pushing it for me a little bit, but I am going to get there. I'm gonna have to leave. I reckon I'm gonna have to leave about 8 in the morning. So
Well,
if I need to stop halfway, I can. Just to give myself a little bit of...
Bristol's a trek. It's about 2.5 hours from me.
Yeah, it's about 2.5. When I looked at it, it said 2 hours 33 minutes from here.
But then on the way back, I'm going Bristol, Wolverhampton, Bedford.
Oh God.
So it's going to be about 4.5, 5 hours driving on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
So sleeping, car.
Yeah. Who's
I
walking
may
there?
need some funny pills to keep me awake. Bristol's too far. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, I can't wait to watch Bugfest. Annie loved it when
So-
she watched it.
If you're going to Kettering, Lexi, are you going to Bedford? Are you going to go to the Bedford show? Hi, Absit.
Hey Abba, how are you? I can't
Scott,
do
are you
Bristol.
going to Bedford, Scott? Because you're not far, are you? I know you're not too far from me, Scott. Will you be at Bedford?
No, well, this is it, isn't it?
Tyler tattoos me like a bitch.
Oh, Abba, all will be revealed in a little while, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Tyler
So
tattoos.
what? Everybody that's going to Bristol, or a show in general, Kettering or Midlands, or no, Midlands is Kettering, isn't it? I'm
Midlands is
confused.
Kettering this year, yeah.
Yeah. What is it that you're looking for?
Bloody enclosures.
Yeah, me too. But is there any invert in particular that if you saw it, you go, yes, please?
Maybe if there was a really weird and wonderful true spider or something like that, I'd go for that. Like if there was some weird, funky wandering spider or something, I'd probably have that.
Funky wandering spider.
Yeah.
I'd like a Mori, but it needs to be a decent size.
Oh, that's a point. You know that talking to Hamoris, you know the guy I got the Albop for, who used to work with me.
Oh yeah.
He's now asked me if I can help him find a Hamori. I said I can probably find you a juvenile, but not an adult because they're going to be horrendously expensive.
That's me. That's
Yeah.
why I don't want to do that.
Although I remember at Seas, I saw there was an adult female there, and she was beautiful, and I kind of thought, oh, I was so tempted, but I'd actually just bought it was kind of a grown-on sling, really. It was bigger than a baby, but not juvenile. It was just in between. The one that I've got now, and it was £55, which I didn't think was that bad.
Wow, for an adult.
Yeah, adult female.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was
I
so
know-
many.
What show was it? Because Ian Tarantula, he picked up a female Hamori and a female Aratum, didn't he? And he paid like 50 quid for both, 50 quid for each.
Wasn't that Seas?
Might have been C's. I can't
I
remember, but I know.
£45 for my adult female geniculata when I bought her at Brighton,
Nice.
and that was so many legs as well. Funny enough.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm going to go and see So Many Legs for a different reason, because David Dance is actually working there.
Yeah, that's right.
So I need to go and have a chat with the bloke.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Captain Carnage Cockroach. Good old Tony.
Oh God, yeah. No, I say I need enclosures mainly. Enclosures and decorations.
Oh, yes. Elphalax, yeah.
Greg's after mature male, purple, ragtime, purple, not hurting hell. Copy David Bowie. Don't you have
Phalax? Huh?
Sorry, Greg said he's after David Bowie. I thought you had David Bowie's.
Maybe you did. Maybe they died. I mean, my David Bowie's on his way out. He's looking really ropey now. He's losing the hair on his legs. He's lost all the hair on his abdomen, and he's slowing right down. I mean, I lost my mature male OBT yesterday because he was in ICU. I put him in ICU because I found him. He's got these like branches in his enclosure, and he was hanging upside down by his two back legs.
Oh, that's right. I know. Yeah.
So I managed to get him sort of into ICU, and he just weren't moving. You know, you could literally open the lid, poke him with something, and he would just twitch. So I had to put him in the freezer.
Yeah.
So that was crap yesterday. Hi, Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, those acrylic shoe boxes, Dr. Doolittle. Hayden has actually bought Stings and Things on here. He actually bought 2 of those from Amazon, and they are pretty damn good enclosures, actually.
Doolittle, are you going to Bristol?
I think I'm going to look for a Victoria.
Oh, nice.
That's on my
wish
list.
Be the place to get one, because they're normally really expensive, aren't they, for a decent size one?
So that's what I'm looking at. Maybe if I can grab a Juvie, would be good. Yes. So if you see one before I do, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm not actually looking for anything really, to be honest.
Well, I say I want enclosures. I know the Spider Shop have got their glass ones back in, and they're going to be selling them at Bristol, because
I need
a post on Facebook earlier saying they're back in stock, and I said, will you be selling these in Bristol? And they said yes.
Yeah, I need a nice enclosure for my Regalis.
I'll check that out, Absit.
Sub-adult, so it needs to be a decent size.
Yeah. I got 450 quid. How big were they? So they got 4 for 50 quid.
Well, the ones Hayden got were about 1 foot by 8 inches by 6 inches. So they were a good size.
Oh.
You know the ones that the ones we saw, we had a look at them, the ones that Tom Moran had on his video, the ones he said about he got from Amazon, the shoe boxes with the flip up lids.
Oh yeah.
It's them.
Oh, I've got some of those. The smaller ones though, they're kind of like sandwich box size.
Oh, okay. No, Hayden got 2 of them massive ones.
Oh, right. Yeah. I haven't put any holes in them yet, though. I haven't actually used them yet, but...
Next is after a classy.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, Hayden.
Nice.
Hopefully, we can find either a velvet spider or a ladybird spider at the show, because Hayden's going to get his first spider.
Yay! Yes. Very good, very good. And I'm going to look out for a lovely millipede for you.
But I say, I'm not going for animals as such. But I say, it's a chance to just catch up with people as well.
Catch up with everybody, yeah, exactly. I mean, I would like to bring something home with me. I don't think I'm going to go mad, but yeah, just maybe if I can find a Victoria, then that's definitely on my list.
What size you after?
Or some sort. I haven't got any Phomictopus. I haven't got a single Phomictopus, and my only Panther Betas died last week. The little one that I had. So.
Oh no!
See, I
And
love
it's a
the
Pantabetus and a Phomictopus of some sort.
See, I love the Phomictopus. I've got the Oratus and the Cancerides, but my Cancerides is molted, and I honestly think it's going to molt out male next molt.
Yeah.
It's got a box and what we love them.
Absit, those enclosures look pretty cool, actually.
Oh, Scott, these are. I was going to get. I want to get Hayden a giant African millipede.
Ah, bye, Lexi.
Bye, Lexi. See you later. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's a terrestrial huntsman at the moment. That looks amazing.
Yeah, Dr. Doolittle. I actually made a few enclosures myself out of 5mm thick perspex.
I wish I had the tools to make my own enclosures, because I probably could do it.
I'll say, luckily, I can still get them. I mean, hopefully I can still get them cut at work, because I'm going to go and have a chat with the guy who's taken over that department now, so I might still be able to get some done.
I'm on my phone, Scott, so let me have a look at my...
What tattoo are you getting, Scott?
Facebook.
Who was on about the terrestrial huntsman?
Scott.
Greg.
Greg.
No, Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Oh, that, what is it? Cerberea, isn't it? Something Cerberea, the huntsman. It's that one we looked at. It's the one from Israel.
Oh, my computer's going nuts, man.
Oh, that's nice, Scott.
Ooh, I like it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think shipping them to this country might get a bit expensive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But with any luck, the Spider Shop will have them at a decent price at the show.
Yeah, if they can get things, so.
I think I'm going to make myself a list and try and stick to my list. But that's what I did at Seas, and I was actually quite good. I did get quite a few babies though.
Good luck. It's the first show back. So.
What?
Oh well, you know.
Scott,
I've been good recently.
amazing.
I haven't bought anything recently, have I?
See, I don't really want any more, to be honest.
Well, I don't plan to, but you never know, do you? You see them, you see something at the show and it catches your eye and you just think, oh, God.
I don't know. I'm not supposed. I'm not supposed to stop. I've got enough. Do you know what I mean? It takes enough of my time to do all the ones I've got, let alone anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy, with any luck, they'll have enough in stock, mate.
Hello. Yeah, I hope people bring loads of enclosures.
Well, I know the tarantula room aren't going to be there.
Oh, are they not? I thought I saw them.
No, what's his name? The guy who runs it, Christoph, he's on holiday.
Oh.
Can't somebody else do it for him?
Huh?
Can't somebody else do it for him? Oh, hold on, I think I've got somebody on here.
I don't know.
Is Custom Aquaria going to be there?
Yeah, they are.
Right, we have a guest coming on. I've just realised I'm not sure how long you've been there. So here we go.
Hey!
Hey!
How dare you show us a glass of whiskey?
I've just realised that the little thing scrolls down.
I've been sitting there shaking my hair and giving you the fingers and.
I've got videos on here that links well, so there's no space. But I just need to saw this little thing pop up.
In and out. I've been in and out. I've been gathering up my supplies. You see, I've got my whiskey. I've got my Rona.
Nice.
Make me jealous. What whiskey?
Really nice.
It's Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan.
bastard.
Right, we've got another guest. We're waiting for another guest to come on, so I've just scrolled down there. So
Hold on, I'll be a second. Look, I'm off again.
no, because it only shows up the 5 things, doesn't it? And I just realised. Oh,
Yeah, you have to go down, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, I found that out the other week. Confused me.
And he's back.
It's that thing you do. Get them kids Mackies on the way home, or do you get? Oh,
Right, so we've got that one cutting about. We've got a bit
hooray!
the good old,
Oh,
the good stuff. But this is the Pierre de Resistance.
Very nice.
very nice.
Oh, and the same name as my son.
And that is an aromatic and intensely fruity with a tropical fruit and a coconut, warm spice of vanilla, and gourmet of apple notes.
Right now, I am so jealous and hate you so much.
we have another.
What?
And
56.2.
And it absolutely cripples you. You don't need a lot of that stuff.
Brendan, like, right, I've got another guest coming on.
Yay! And his
Hey!
husband. Hi,
Hello.
How the hell are ya?
He just turned himself
I'm all right.
around.
Yeah, we go.
How you doing, mate?
Good.
Yeah, not too bad. Surviving
Good.
Is your Wi-Fi working properly this time?
so far.
Oh, God, yeah.
It can't be any worse than mine. Come on.
This is true.
Do you know? I don't actually think it's my Wi-Fi. I think it's just my laptop. It's just needs burying.
You just need to give your hamster more cheese.
Hey, hi, Steve.
Hamsters had it. I tell you.
I think mine is as well.
Killed the hamster in the last few weeks.
Oh God, yeah. Although
I
I
think
mean,
mine-
it's not been bad today, so yeah. Only some people.
Right, Tanya, do you want to say why these lovely people are on here with us tonight?
Yes. So after my disastrous live stream last week, I put a little video together, put it on my channel, and let rip at everybody. Come and vote for your favourite. We had lots of votes in, and yes, I have totted up all the votes from last week's chat. I've totted up the votes, excuse me, from the comment section on the video, and obviously us Webbers, our votes as well. So we have the results in. So Jennifer, if you would like to play the runner-up video, please.
If this works, we all still play on screen.
If not, we'll do what we did last week. Send it to me and I'll play it on screen.
It's got to be better than mine. Oh.
Right, here goes nothing. Let's see if we can do it. And the runner-up is...
And we're still on. Hey, that's a start.
Thinking about it. That wasn't at the beginning.
Oh!
Well done, Adam. Good beat.
Is that really
Juggery.
I did.
go?
Yeah. Yeah,
No. At least it's true that last. Bit of a dancing cat. So, I have a very important question to ask. Was it actually Tanya's Wi-Fi last week?
What's the question? I pressed the wrong button.
What did you do?
Nobody noticed. Don't
I
worry.
pressed the thing. I don't know why. Is it? Yeah, I don't know what it's jumping for.
It really was.
I don't know. It wasn't jumping when I made it. I promise.
It wasn't when I played it earlier
Are you
either.
sure? We saw your Wi-Fi last week.
It's nothing to do with me this time. Just for a change.
It's not. I played it. It's not. I played it all this afternoon. It worked fine. So
I don't
It's
know.
the weather's curse.
It is the rebel's curse.
That's
Dun,
what it
dun,
is.
dun.
Yes. So well done, Hazen. Anyway, it was very close, I have to say, but it was in fact Adam who was the winner.
Thank you.
Adam got the most
Well
votes
done,
for
Adam.
Itsy Bitsies. Yeah.
and we shall play that now. If it's not judgment, just to this, and I'll cut it.
Is the other party actually aware of this now, Adam?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Much, I'm sure. He's in the conversation, I'm sure. Much to his amusement. I expect us to burst into Jurassic Park or something.
That's it.
Killer Brackies hearing me. Killer Brackies hearing me.
Moment of triumph, please.
Killer Brackies hearing me.
Oh, yeah.
Killer Brackies hearing me.
Sorry, Steve. Not sorry.
Not at all. No. Why would you be?
Congratulations, guys.
Well done.
Well done, Adam. Well done.
Well done,
Aidan.
Adam, mate.
All the entries were so good, so brilliant. So thank you to everybody that entered as well, because you all did so well. It was really tough choosing. So in the end, we kind of went, oh God, somebody else is going to have to vote. So,
That's it. It was after last week. It was really close.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, it still was actually. I mean, Adam ended up with 13 votes for Itsy Bitsy, and Hayden ended up with 9 votes for I Get Around. So it was still pretty close. Yeah. So,
Well,
And
yes.
you got
What is
almost
it?
as many for your other one as well, Hayden, for the Gangster's
Yeah.
Paradise one.
Yeah, 6 for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to know, how did you guys come up with your lyrics, and what made you pick those songs? And yeah, tell us all.
And what did Steve say when you showed him?
Yeah.
He didn't actually know about it until this week, did he? No.
Nah. Nah. You know, I came up with a song in my head first and foremost, and never had an opportunity to actually record, because obviously I did the first one and I did like the full song myself, but the second one I was running out of time and I didn't have the opportunity to film in the house, and there's too much going on, so I thought I'm just going to pop the lyrics up on the screen. And then I remembered Steve had sent me that video, and the Kila Brakis Huahine was one of the ones he'd given me, and it just, everything fell into place. Just
Fantastic. Why did you choose the songs that you chose, Hayden?
Well, I had a bit of help from my sister. I had a bit of help from my sister because she's better with words than I am. But yeah, but she did the first one with a bit of adjustments and what have you. Was Spider's Paradise. She did that one really quickly.
Because the 2 songs that you chose to do, Hayden, there's a lot of lyrics in those. Do you know what I mean? To tweak and stuff.
Especially that Gangster's Paradise one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That was her decision. I sort of threw it to her and said, "This is a competition. What do you think?" And she said, "I'll go have dinner and I'll come back to you." Within an hour, she'd already written it. So I took it and adjusted it and sent it in.
I don't really know why, because I chose Bohemian Rhapsody, didn't I? And I don't really know why I chose that, actually. I think it was just, I had that little bit of that clip of film, and kind of that was the first thing that popped into my brain, really. So, yeah.
It's just, if the lyrics fit,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, exactly. Although
So,
I
Tanya,
didn't.
tell them what they've won.
Right, my lovely. So,
Pleasure being here with us.
Hayden, you have won a Weber's mug, and nobody has Weber's mug, so you'll be the first one to have one.
Not even us.
Not even. No, we've got some old.
They're that exclusive. Not even we have them.
They're on order at the moment, so they hopefully they won't be too long. And also some exclusive Weber stickers that nobody else has either. So, yes, that's your prize. And Adam,
Not happy with that, he's gone.
Hayden
Was
has
that
left
good?
in disgust.
Guys, damn it.
and Adam, you have
None
a
to the
choice.
sticker. Fuck you.
You can, yeah. What's all that about?
To be fair, last time he was on, his wife was playing.
His
Adam
Wi-Fi
has a
is not
choice.
the
You
best.
can either have a £20 mystery box, or you could have some exclusive Weber's merch. Choice is yours.
I say we send a £20 mystery box to Hayden.
Oh, really? Are you sure? Oh,
Mate, that's so sweet.
that's so generous. That's
Yeah.
really lovely.
The guy's on the beginning of his journey, and I think it would be absolutely wonderful if we could do something for him. So, and he put a lot of effort and time into those songs, so the guy deserves it. You know what I mean? So, Hayden, if you're there,
Oh, nice one.
No, that's
Right.
Angela.
I will
That's
get that sorted out. I will get that sorted out. But everybody will get, all the entrants will get our brand spanking new Weber stickers that nobody else has got. So you guys will all get
I
some
think-
stickers.
Adam should definitely get the mug as well then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
If there's one kicking about spare, I'll take it.
100%, mate. You should definitely get that.
Yeah, that's no problem. That's no.
No, I think that's really sweet. I mean, like I said, Hayden's very, very new to this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We brought him
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah, it's nice welcoming. When I came into this journey, which apparently was about 5 years ago now,
Was it really?
yeah, I was looking back through my videos there, and apparently it was about 5 years ago. Dave Scott 432 welcomed me in and was a huge inspiration and help to me. Did like a whole intro for my channel and everything off his own back, and it kind of instilled in me this concept of helping one another and the community sense and stuff. So somebody just starting off their journey needs to be welcomed in and shown that we're all about, you know, helping each other, support and everything. So, you know,
Definitely.
and the guy put in a lot of time and effort, so I can't, you know.
I have to say, when I very first started, which isn't that long ago actually, it's only about 18 months ago. Adam, you were one of the first people to comment on one of my very first videos, and I was like, oh, he's commented on my video.
Well,
no way.
the funny thing was, the first show I ever went to was Brighton, and that was 2018, I think. And the first YouTuber I bumped into was Adam, and I was like, oh no.
And that was because everybody chipped in and paid for me to get down to that show, which was absolutely mind-blowing. It was absolutely incredible. They arranged me to go down, accommodation. I actually stayed with David Dance. Not in a separate rooms, just to clarify, just in case there was any. You know, we did have a bit of a. We had a bit of a. Ask him about the grapes. That's all I need to say. Is that when you see Dave, when you see Dave at the show, just walk up and start throwing grapes at him. He'll understand.
Remember that.
Yeah. If everybody, when they see David dance, there's so many legs table, either take a punt at the grapes, one will suffice, but you can take a punt at if you like, and just randomly from across the hall start lobbing grapes off his bonds. It'll be hilarious.
Well, you know we started doing that now, don't you?
Oh God, yeah. Hayden's internet has cut out. He said he didn't catch all of that, so I've messaged him and told him that you've gifted him the £20 mystery box.
Coolio.
And he's just said thank you. He said that's so nice of you.
That's what it's all about. It's what it's all about.
He's really Hayden. Really lovely.
Absolutely. And for me, you know, just meddling about with the songs was, you know what I'm like.
Oh God, yeah.
If I can murder a tune, I will murder a tune just for the sake of it. So.
I just thought it was a really good idea. I just thought it was a really fun idea that you came up with something to do because you're always funny as hell.
Well, you know, you just want to do something just slightly different, something that not really been done before. I mean, we've done songs before, haven't we? We've done kind of collab videos and, you know, like with Lee and what have you, but not really competition wise. So I thought, well, let's give it a go, see what happens, see what people come up with. And yeah, I mean, absolutely fantastic entries. So, yeah, I think probably maybe towards Christmas time, we can think about doing another little competition or something like that, you know, maybe a couple of times a year. Yeah.
What show
I will be
you
on the judging panel.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got
That's
no
it,
idea.
absolutely. You can be our Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Next
Retro's here.
hold up the odds between 1 and 10.
That's the one.
The missus is now giving me funny looks from across the room.
You weren't wearing a kilt then, were you?
No, it's just tartan jammies, all right.
Thank God for that. I was wondering why your missus was giving you funny looks. That's all.
Take that t-shirt on, look.
Oh, cool.
I actually seen a boy the other day. I was getting the bus, and there was a guy at the bus stop on the other side of the road from me, and he had just jeans on with a sporran. I wanted to run across and like scalp him. Like, what are you doing?
I'm not surprised. That's sacrilege, isn't it?
That's just insanity, is what that is. And if you're watching this, mate, you're a fucking lunatic.
Oh,
I mean,
I've never seen you at the show as well.
There's
Angela
fashion
said
statements, and then there's that.
Are you going to any shows, Adam?
first oh.
No,
Oh,
Fair enough. Short and sweet.
no,
yeah.
no. There isn't actually. I mean, yeah, I don't drive at the moment. I'm learning to drive.
Is the Scottish show on?
No, I put a post up about that. I can confirm officially there will be no Scottish show until next year.
Oh, bugger.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
We can hijack Adam and bring him down.
Absolutely.
What's that?
So we're going to hijack you and bring you down.
Oh, that's all right. You can do that if you want. I'm sure my wife would appreciate the breakaway. She's like, take him. Bags are packed. He's yours.
Yeah.
You put up with him for a few days.
That's it. She's always got that standby bag, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right at the front door. Sitting in the porch, ready to go.
That's a bit of a piss, though,
But
isn't
no,
it?
I messaged Lee the other day just to say, look, can you confirm if there will or won't be a Scottish show going ahead? And if so, is it okay for me to start making people aware of the fact? Because a lot of people keep asking me, you know, is it taking place? Is it going to happen? So just to confirm, the answer is no, not until next year now. Because I think between this show and I don't know what else they've got planned, but I don't think it would allow enough time to prepare organisers and bookings and get.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
things,
we got the BTS in October, haven't we? Or is it November?
Oh, have we?
Yeah, I can't remember now. Is it October or November?
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
No,
it's October. Is it October 17th or something like that?
BTS.
I actually,
Yeah,
Isn't BTS?
BTS is happening, but it's later.
So we've basically got Bristol next Sunday, then we've got
Bedford and then the BTS.
A few weeks
Bedford
later.
and Kettering in the middle of that.
So everybody that expecting Christmas presents this year, forget about it.
Yeah, sorry kids, you're gonna have to go and chase Santa yourself.
If anyone wants to buy
Absolutely.
us presents, we all need enclosures because they're all going to sell out. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah, yeah.
It's true. They're gonna have
Well,
to work
I've-
damn hard to be making
Next
enough
year,
income.
then, Adam, when the Scottish show's on, we're going to have to come up to that one.
grand so that would be brought.
100%.
Absolutely.
Hey,
It did.
just-
Sorry.
Hayden should have had Amy bring him back in her boot.
Yeah.
If she hadn't gone like another gajillion miles up north, then I might have suffocated to death in her boot, in fairness. Just bring back a corpse.
Oh.
Puppetry. But yeah, when they had the Scottish show, whatever it was, 2-3 years ago now, it was obviously not as busy as the Southern, Western and that, but for the first time, it was absolutely incredible to see such a brilliant turnout. It was absolutely awesome. So hopefully when it is back on, loads of people are going to support it. And yeah, hopefully so you guys will be able to make it up.
Oh,
Which would be
100%, mate. Next year. we'll be
fandabidozy.
there. Yeah.
I don't remember what
Yeah.
show
Fan of a Scottish holiday. Hmm.
How many spare rooms do you have, Adam?
Well, one, but it's also my wife's office. So if you don't mind being woken up at like stupid o'clock in the morning when she starts work and is jammering away, then and it's only got a single bed, so
We're camping then.
don't know how many people can fit. I've got a garden. You can and a kid's playhouse. You can sleep out in that if you want.
Job done.
Well, and
But in more
also,
serious notes,
we have the lovely Tam up in Scotland as well.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yes,
do.
yes. I'd love to meet up with Tam.
That's
As well.
uncomfortable, actually.
there's also there's a hotel like a stone throw away from where I am. I can see it from my window. So
We could be like waltzing with like you know.
Yeah, we could get a wee flashlight and
Yeah.
Morse code.
Yeah.
Kettle is boiling.
Yeah, that's it.
Bring me whiskey. Yeah.
Digital said he's hoping that the Southern Invert show is going ahead. Will we know if that one's going ahead?
Brighton, that isn't it?
I hope so, because that's my nearest one.
Isn't that normally November time?
No, it's not. Well, I'm sure it was about 20-something of November.
Yeah.
Not last year, the year before.
I mean, the thing is that the invert show people are going to have to be careful how many shows they put on, because if they put too many on in such a short space of time, they're going to lose out.
Yeah. I think what you've got to take into account as well is they've got to arrange stall holders and to be there, which obviously costs money, time, effort, travel expenses on behalf of these people. So I think they need to leave a big enough window between each show. And of course, if people have attended one show and there's another one 3 weeks later, they're not as likely to attend it because they're not going to have any bloody money because they've just spent it at that one. So they need
That's the problem with Bedford being so close. Because, I mean, that's on my doorstep. You know, literally, I could walk there if I wanted to.
Yeah, we would daft not to go, do you know what I mean?
I'm going to be going to that, definitely. But, you know, the fact is, you've got one month, one the next month, then you've got the entomological show in between that, then you've got the BTS after that, and it's, you know...
I think more than buying...
Like Adam says, that's going to get expensive.
I think more than buying things, people just want to go to the shows and remember to see each other again. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah.
Fuck no. Nah. Who wants to see people?
Not those many things.
That's the beauty of being up in Scotland, isn't it? Yeah,
people.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's it.
You're either in Scotland.
You lot spread your COVID. I'll be up here in the mountains, mate.
Aye. I'll be here keeping my throat sterile with my whiskey.
Bastard.
You enjoy your Ribena there, mate.
Yeah, might as well be compared to what you're drinking. I love a good whiskey.
The thing is, well, though, you wouldn't. I mean, I think the first show is going to be absolutely rammed because people haven't seen each other. But other than that, I don't think the shows are actually going to be that busy because they can't get the traders in. The lists of sellers is so short. You've got no EU sellers in at all. Do you know what I mean? And that's what people go for. Do you know what I mean?
But then that could
Spider Planet going.
Huh?
Spider Planet. Is that an English-based one? Spider Planet.
No, Spider Planet are Polish.
Polish, yeah.
Ah, well, it did say on the post that they were going to be there.
Is it?
Did
Well, if they do, they're going to, because the thing is that, like we said, they said the week they don't if we do get sellers in from overseas, it's going to be a fortune. Do you know what I mean? Normally, they're the traders that actually have the better value spiders. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So,
Definitely.
if you could go to the shows, what would you get?
Yeah.
What would be your thing you would be looking for? If you could go, what would you be looking for?
I always look for trues. That's first and foremost. I'll look and see what kind of variety of trues are kicking about. But you've got to be quite quick because you can't really do like most people will have a walk around first and they'll kind of clock things that they want. But with true spiders, you kind of got to grab it there and then. The problem with that is by the time you get to 4 or 5 tables down, somebody might have the same thing cheaper, but you don't want to risk not picking it up when you see it.
Yeah.
I've seen too many good things pass me by because I thought I'll have a look around first. So
I did that at the BTS with a female GBB. It was like an adult female, and they were 60 quid.
Steve's probably got it.
I thought he probably has. He's got 93 of them, hasn't he? I mean,
Is that how many?
No, he's got. What did he say? He's got 7 females.
7, I think.
He's got 7 female GBBs. He's got a few juvies.
It was in the chat, but he's maybe
I thought he had more than that in total. Yeah, definitely.
Something like 13 or
13, I think.
Yeah.
He came in, slagged my hair, and then buggered off before I could retaliate.
Yeah.
Trump.
Oh,
Hi, Chris.
to be confirmed.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to any of the shows then?
Yeah,
Sorry?
Angela, are we going to see
All right,
you?
Angela.
No, I don't know. I'm hoping.
Chris, how you doing?
So what trues would you be looking for then? Because you haven't got like most of them there.
No, I just anything. I like I like a bit of variety. Just anything unusual. I think the its name's just gone right out of my head. It's up. Oh, it's on my wall. Where is it? Unless we do Hickey. Where's David Dance when you need him? Because its name's just gone right out of my head. It's
That's not the one you were talking about, the Dinopus.
No, my Dinopus is up. It's up yonder.
I so badly want another one of them.
Somebody was asking about these earlier. Coltata or whatever they're called.
Is it the Treasure Huntsman?
It's. Oh, finger go that way. It's there just by my finger. It's a wee curtain web or whatever they call them, spider, but Coltata or something. I think David and I are the only two people I know that own these things, and they're absolutely friggin' awesome. But the name will come to me when I least expect it. But things like that, just really little weird, unusual, awesome, weird spiders are pretty cool. Ischiotheli and Macrotheli obviously are just like banging.
I'm hoping we can find an ogre face for
I mean, just look at the webbing in there. That's just
Wow.
and that's already been ripped apart. That's been like re-webbed since I took it apart.
Jesus.
Because I thought it was dead. I thought there was a molt lying around. I thought, oh, it's succumb to old age, but no.
It's still going.
And that's Ischiotheli guinensis, which is an awesome teeny weeny dude wherever you're hiding. It's round the back. Awesome spiders.
See, I desperately want Dinopus.
Yeah, they are awesome. Mine's is. They're so hard to come by as well. That's the.
Yeah, I know.
Have you got True's Tanya?
No, I haven't.
Did not do anything for you?
Well, I don't know. I feel like an orb weaver, but I don't have the room. And the huntsmans are. I think might be a little bit quick for me.
Try to angle the camera so you can see it.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
There you are. Hello.
You make Robert cry.
You really will.
But yeah, they're few and far between getting a hold of them. So
that is my dream spider.
I've been really lucky to have one in and out of the collection for quite some time now because they are absolutely awesome. That and the bolus spider, I'd absolutely love a bolus spider, but I've mentioned this before. I don't think you could replicate. I don't think there's any way you could feasibly replicate their hunting methods in an enclosure. Yeah. It could be moths.
They're awesome. Yeah.
Jack, what's the one that you had with the bright green abdomen? Was it a phallax?
Is it a lynx?
No, that was a Pucetia lucasi.
Yeah, lynx spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one of those.
Robert had the green one. Robert had the lynx. I had the thalli.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Lynx spider.
Yeah,
I just don't know that much about trees. I think that's kind of.
Well, imagine
they either like it overly humid or dry as a bone. It's pretty much.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the like the wandering spiders and that. Imagine a huntsman on speed.
Yeah, that's what puts me off.
Basically.
Just because I don't want to lose it in this blooming junk tip of a house. And there's so many cats. That's what worries me about the really quick ones.
I'm saying that this thing here is like blooming prehistoric, but it's still.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
Yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was just. Yeah, it's a huntsman. It was sold as I think it was just like a mixed, unknown huntsman species.
That's pretty.
That looks like yours.
But if I recall correctly, that's actually the offspring of. I had the mother that dropped a sack, and that's.
Wow.
That's her baba.
See, I want one of the big huntsmen. You know, the big leggy
Oh
ones.
God, yeah.
Well, we've got Venatori. But it's kind of.
Oh,
It's just molt. Yeah, it's just molted. The molt's just down there. So that'll probably need to be popped into slightly bigger tubs soon. But they're quite big, awesome huntsmen.
Yeah, the one Jem wants is the Heteropoda maxima, the massive one.
Yeah, the Australian huntsman is what you want, the big.
Oh, that's the one Jem wants. We saw it on a video.
They're social as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not something you worry about, do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I have to say,
do you watch a channel?
Huh?
I was saying to Adam, do you watch a channel called Bugs and Biology? It's an Australian guy.
I've perhaps watched videos, but no, possibly not.
He mainly focuses, or he used to mainly focus on centipedes. I mean,
Nice.
he obviously, being Australian, he only concentrates on native species, but he's got these two female huntsmen. They're Typostola barbata. They're about 8 inches in leg span. But he has these things that they're calm as you like, and they're just wandering over his hands. It's so good to see it.
It used to be called centipedes and something.
It used to be called Lair of Centipedes. He's now changed his name to Bugs and Biology.
Oh, I recognise that name, Lair of Centipedes.
Yeah.
There was a documentary I watched. It was a researcher, and she was talking about the Australian huntsman, and it was basically like a glass tank, and it must have been about 40, 50 of them, just like all over the place. She was talking about how like they're social spiders, and it was just absolutely incredible to watch. And it was like my wee heart was just going. I need that tank.
It's like when you see him on I'm a Celebrity on the screen, you go, that pussycat.
I detest that show with a passion.
Exactly. Like you say, I mean, you can understand arachnophobia because a lot of people have
100%.
A lot of people in this hobby, before they started keeping tarantulas, were arachnophobes.
Oh,
and you can understand that fear that literally just makes you shut down. But, you know, it's weird watching it from our point of view because we're going, it's fucking harmless. What are you screaming for? You know?
A few years back when I was in the hobby, I had an arachnophobia group offering help to people. And this guy got in touch with me and he basically said, look, terrified, like literally crap my pants at the sight of one. So we just spoke, you know, and I've still to this day never met Davey, never met him, but we're good friends on Facebook. And I just, you know, we went right back to where this fear began. And usually it's the story is usually quite similar across the board between people. It's, you know, trauma, reaction from another person, or miseducation. It's usually somewhere around that ballpark area. So anyway, spoke to him, and over time built up his confidence, and then I would set him little challenges like go outside, lift a rock and see if you can find a spider. And then it was, you know, see if you can put your hand near the spider. Then it was see if you can let that spider, and this was like over weeks and months. And eventually he got in touch with me one day. He was like, mate, I've just bought my very first tarantula. And I was just like, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Cool. And he's got, I think, about 9 or 12 odd tarantulas just now. Billy was his first. It was a curly hair back in the day. So yeah, it was just absolutely amazing.
Funny actually, because I'm probably the only person that I know that's never been arachnophobic ever.
See, I haven't been. I've never been worried by spiders. I mean, you know, you see people at different shows with tarantulas and things like that, and you know, I've handled them before, and it's like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are so scared. But I mean, to be honest with you, even people like us, when you get a big, angry, old world spider, they can unnerve you.
Oh.
No matter how used to spiders you are,
I was just telling
you, all of a sudden rear up at you. I don't care who you are. You're going to think, oh shit. I
was telling my boss today, and it's one I really want to get again. The Selachosmia crassipes. I got one way back when I first began keeping, and it was in a takeaway tub kind of thing. Guy gave it to me for nothing. And I thought, I want to rehouse this. It's quite a big spider. It's in a little takeaway tub. I want to rehouse it. So, and I always did my rehousing in the bathtub. And this was when I was first keeping. I always wanted that picture of it on my hand. It was like, oh, look at me. And I poked this thing out, and it broke the sound barrier around my bathtub. This thing went boom. And then it came to a stop on my hand, and it did the stridulation thing. And I crapped my pants. I kind of walked through to my wife and I was like, I'm away to change my underpants. This thing was, and it was only like about that big. And I want one. I want one again. I'm desperately trying to find one again.
I've seen them for sale. They come up now and then, but not that often.
TSS, I think, had them. I think they had slings about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And then now that I've decided I want one, they don't have any anymore. So.
No.
It's always the way.
Moon.
The thing is, it's like true spiders. You expect them to be quite fast, do you know what I mean? But a tarantula, they don't do a fat lot, do they? Do you mean? So when all of a sudden you're doing something with them, they go from that to. That's when you.
The thing is, my wandering spider, when I rehouse that, the Viridaceus, because you see these things online about it, and they are supposed to be lightning quick. They're supposed to make huntsmen look pedestrian. But even when I rehoused it and it started running around my bath, it wasn't actually that quick.
Hi, motorcycle.
It was pretty chilled out.
I found a massive house spider in my kitchen, not yesterday, the day before, and I literally have never seen one with a body that big ever. And I was too slow to go. I was going to catch it up and put it in a little enclosure, but it ran right under my washing machine. I couldn't find it after that.
The thing is, I mean, I keep them there. Do you mean? But do you know when you, like we said before, like you go into the shed and you suddenly see this big butted thing dangling in the middle of the web. That still unnerves me now.
Well, the thing is, I remember a video of yours where it wasn't that long ago, where you went outside into your garden and you shat yourself at the sight of this orb weaver that was hanging on a web in the garden. You know, you keep like 8-inch tarantulas, and this tiny little orb weaver made you scream.
What is it?
It's because they just look a bit more gnarly, don't they? Do you mean? It will always be turn around and it's. I know where my spiders are. I know they're contained. And there's this big ass thing staring at me in the middle of this web. It freaks you out.
It wasn't. It was like an inch long spider.
A lot of people say it's because they've got, they've got different kind of legs, skinny legs. It's the skinny legs that make them a bit.
I think it's because you don't expect. I think it's because you don't expect to see it. Do you know what I mean?
See, I've got a theory on this, and this is kind of takes me back to what I was saying to Dave, my friend. When we're growing up, a lot of our behaviours are learned behaviours. Arachnophobia is very much learned from the environment you're in, and it's the spiders you see in our country, and you approach it with a very much a sort of immature mind. You're not, it's quite an uneducated mind, so you believe that these spiders are dangerous. But by the time you are of an age where you're going to be coming into contact with tarantulas and stuff, your mind is much more matured. So it looks at it differentiates between spiders and tarantulas as this scary thing from your past and this thing that you're approaching with an adulthood mind. So you can rationalize it. It's not scary, but at the same time still be afraid of these little house spiders running about the place. So that's my kind of.
Thanks,
I think it's because tarantulas look like 8-legged puppies, don't they? Do you know what I mean? I mean, what's that nasty other thing that you had?
The floofy thing.
It looked like it was holding a teddy bear in the picture.
But the thing is, it's a lot of it is the speed as well.
What's that one of yours?
Tarantulas. Come on.
Who are you talking to, Jen?
Robert, what's that one of yours that I don't like?
There's a few.
The thing that's on the picture looks like it looks like it's holding a teddy bear.
His bottom.
Oh my god, that was my red fang.
That's it.
Might be a sec.
That was my female.
Red fangs are awesome.
Stunning spider.
No,
that was gorgeous. That thing.
See, that unnerved me.
What about some Megathaloides?
Oh, do you know what? That's one that I would like.
Look at that webbing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's from a tiny little sling, whatever side, and it's up there.
Yeah, that's one that I definitely want, Adam.
That's me. It's like what you said, Jeremy.
Kind of at the back there, you can't really make it out because it's hiding at the back. I'm not taking the lid off.
It's like you've grown up to, house of spiders, the working devil. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I love my side. I was gutted when they died, but they scared the crap out of me.
I mean, my My Viridaceus, that thing is absolutely stunning, but I'm still a bit wary of it because of the fact that they are supposed to be so quick. Whenever I go near it, it's a little unnerving.
What one's that? Sorry, mate.
My my Viridaceus. I'll see if I can get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You might be able to see it. 2 seconds.
The thing is, like, because you've got a Salai as well, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Because me and Rob had a conversation about, because I read that the venom is unknown.
The Cupinus Salai.
Yeah.
I don't have one of them anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
No, I don't anymore. What do you mean? But because I read that, because you don't know, they weren't sure on the.
There's the sand spider. That's got a lot of
no.
cover at the moment.
You're not going to see that spider because it's molting.
Yeah.
It's made itself a hammock. It's going to molt again. So it's going to be even bigger.
Which one's that? The black and white one?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared of scorpions as well. They just think all scorpions will sting you without thinking, and yeah.
Again, it dates back to childhood because you would watch like Indiana Jones and stuff. We were brought up thinking, so we approach these things with irrational concepts because we don't know any better. I
think I was definitely more wary of scorpions than I was of spiders when I first started the hobby. Obviously, I know different now, but yeah, I wasn't scared of them, but I was a little bit more cautious, if you know what I mean.
The thing is, I mean, if it was easier to do in this country, I would have so many DWA species of spiders and scorpions. I know Adam's the same, but I would. I mean, I would love to keep funnel web spiders. I'd love to keep Brazilian wandering spiders. I'd love to keep black widows.
Yeah.
Shit yourself.
I may well do, but I'd love to keep them.
They won't come near him to bite him because he reeks of shit.
Exactly, yeah. The funk would keep them away.
Latrodectus for me is like the ultimate. Like I would love to keep Latrodectus. I think they're such beautiful spiders. Some of the abdominal markings on some of the species are just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's weird. Somebody asked me the other day what it was that fascinates me about spiders and tarantulas, and I had to think about it for a minute.
They're hairy butts. Like a hairy butt.
I think it's just because they're so. Insects and inverts are so alien, and they're so completely different from mammals, and most mammals have got 2 arms, 2 legs, Yeah, it's just the total opposite weirdness, I think.
The thing is, a lot of people, I mean, there's always that stereotypical thing. When you say tarantula to someone, they typically they'll picture something like a sturmy, a dirty great brown spider. They don't actually appreciate the fact that there's so many different species that have got some mind-boggling colours on it.
Yeah.
It's medium ripe, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like Adam said, it goes back to Indiana Jones and things like that.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Smithy / Hamori kind of, the very stereotypical striped tarantula seems to be a lot of these old movies used them.
Harmful spiders on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd have told me 5 years ago you can get a blue tarantula, I would have said, "Don't be stupid." I don't think I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know differently.
Sorry, I'm going to rewind. Sahasta infuscata. That's the name of this darn thing that I couldn't remember the name of. But you just never see them.
Let me just message Dave and ask him.
I did indeed.
I've heard of it.
Because it would annoy me otherwise. He says he doesn't actually have his anymore.
David's like a walking encyclopedia of names, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's a complete trumpet. Don't blow smoke up his.
His Furbies are not dirty brown.
Quite possibly.
David actually.
He sold all his spiders months ago. He says, "Look, I'm having a conversation with him right now because I'm antisocial."
No, Angela, I love Sturmies. My girl is actually in pre-molt now. She's shut herself off. So when she molts this time, I've got a feeling she is going to be massive.
Well, I didn't. My Keelabrachus Huahini. Huahini. Just molted. So, and if anybody is up this way, and is that even going to work? And they decide they want some ram's horn snails, then
Jesus Christ, they've multiplied.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and my rabbit snails are doing well as well. I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but
Oh, see, you talked about those last week, and I've been looking at them so much.
yeah, I've got about. I've had about. When we got. Obviously, I've got 3 adults in there. When I bought the first one, I was speaking to the person about, do they breed? Because there's a species of snail that just will not breed in captivity. Nobody's successfully managed to breed them in captivity. So I was obviously I wanted them to breed. I wanted babies, and they went. They're one of these ones that'll either breed. They'll lay eggs if they're happy, and you'll get babies, or you'll just never get a baby out of them. I've now got 6 babies in there, so.
Comfy then.
Could you keep those sort of snails with fish, or do they have to be kept?
Yeah, you could, as long as they weren't predatory fish necessarily, but something small like tetra or something would quite happily live in there. Tetra are lovely, but they're very, very slow, ploddy, methodic kind of snails. They're really awesome to watch, and when they come right out and they're feeding, they look kind of like sort of Jar Jar Binks or something, except nice, except likeable.
I kept snails. I kept nerite snails in with my fire-bellied toads.
Well, nerites just won't breed, or they do breed.
No.
Nobody's successfully hatched nerite babies because the water conditions need to adjust as the baby grows.
It turns out you can't keep them alive with fire-bellied toads either.
Well, I deliberately added. I've got a couple of African dwarf frogs, or toads, whatever, and this one here just to try and control the population. So they quite happily pick off a lot of the smaller ones in that tank, and then I've got the 2 tanks, and then the rabbits. I thought I'll put them in a completely separate setup just to give them their own space.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Those two tanks there, they were your dark and light tanks, weren't they?
They were my yin and yang. Although, realistically, what I should have done was I should have put the frogs into the dark, the sort of the dark tank. But I decided to put the frogs into the light tank, just to mix it up a bit. And then I've added a few plants into the dark tank, just so in the dark there's a bit of light, and the light there's a bit of dark.
Oh, I'm just she's got horn snails, and she's got red and blue ram's horns.
Yeah. Well, that's what they are, ram's horns. I've got pink, blues, browns, leopards.
Oh, wow.
Nice. So will
Mental.
they crossbreed?
Yeah, I mean, it's just color variants. It's like anything else. It's like if you breed snakes, you can evolve different morph colorations and stuff. So the snails are exactly the same. They're all horny little buggers, and if a pink and a blue get at it, then you'll get whatever comes out.
Show wants normal snails. What the hell have I got? Fullica. I've got babies. If anybody wants any.
I'll see you next week.
Snails, yeah.
Mine have gone mental as well. I don't know if you remember, there was the gift swap thing arranged a year or like I think they're actually doing one again. But anyway, I got some snails and they've bred, and I have lots of babies. But the weird thing is, both the parents are dark flesh parents, but I have albino babies in amongst that tank.
Oh.
And there's one that has no shell markings whatsoever. So absolutely mental.
Which means that those adults were carrying that gene in the first place.
Yeah. Because I had albino adults, and every single offspring was albino. But with these 2, they have, it was mental. I was quite surprised when I first stumbled across it. And then when I found one the other day, and its shell is just, it has no markings, it's just almost a greenish colour. I was like, wow, that's monozygotic or something, I think it was.
Wow.
But yeah, it was really cool.
Pickers are so overbred though. That's a lot of the problem, isn't it? Because a lot of them don't live very long because they're so overbred.
Now, see, the land snails, the African land snails, yeah, they're nice, but they do absolutely nothing for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
I love
really
them. Big
liked mine.
overs. I love them.
I really liked Terry, my one. I was gutted when he died because I liked him, but these other ones, they do nothing at all. Do you know what I mean? It's yeah.
Mine were a gift, and I was like, I'll make sure that when they reach sexual maturity, I'll destroy all the eggs because I don't want to be overrun by babies. But land snails being land snails, they will hide eggs. You can tear that tank apart and think you've got them all, and there'll still be a clutch of a couple of hundred eggs. So,
Oh God, the amount of times I've seen Jen pull her enclosures apart, and like you say, bags and bags full of eggs.
yeah,
Oh
And then
yeah.
2
That's
minutes
why I
later, she's
feed them
like,
to my
I've got babies.
yeah. If you've got something, I thought perhaps the beardie would eat them, but the beardie just kind of looked at them as if I was trying to poison her. She was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Keep feeding me boogers.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't want that. So I think last time I sent some to one of my friends that has like a skink and stuff, but I kind of feel bad. It's like they're little offspring, and
See now,
They
this is
are,
difficult. I'll get a snail muncher. And I thought, I don't know if I can actually do it now. I think somebody else has got them. Do you know what I mean? I'll
Jen-
The
do
thing is,
that.
though, proper snail breeders, they cull the offspring. So
absolutely.
so you've got the strongest ones because the runts will die anyway. So I don't know. It's kind of it's nature, isn't it? I suppose they probably get eaten in the wild anyway. So.
Jen, give me some of them babies.
What?
Yeah.
Some of those baby snails.
Yeah.
Give me some of those babies. Hayden says he needs to get land snails soon.
Yeah, bring some babies and I'll have some as well.
Give me some of them babies. I'll pass them on to Hayden.
Yeah.
Hey, did you say that you wanted isopods as well? I can't remember who
Yeah, I'm gonna sort him out a few of them and all because I'm gonna
What-
take my communal apart.
What
No.
ISOs have you got?
Really nice. No, I love those.
I've got a mixture of orange,
Just so I know what I can start begging you for. Like, can you
dairy
give me
cow
ISO?
and standard grey isopods.
See, I've got millions of freaking isopods.
I think
I've got.
I'll look for some green bean stick insects while I'm at the show. Put in my communal tank.
See, I want to tear my communal apart. I've got a couple of roaches left,
Oh yeah.
and it's mainly isopods, but I want to use that enclosure to make something completely different.
Hmm.
I think it's a waste of that enclosure. It's one of the Exoterra habospheres,
Oh, right, yeah.
and I can do so much better with that enclosure than I've got
He's
at the
going
minute.
to give it to me.
Oh, Jen's having the roaches and the majority of the isopods.
Hayden said, I'm not going to the show, but I'm going to come home with more than all of you.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
Spiders, millipedes, isopods.
yeah.
Thing is, I would like because at the moment I'm overrun with isopods because I've got the orange and I've got the dairy cow, but because I kept them together because I was told they don't breed, they don't interbreed. They do because I've now got orange swans with black spots and vice versa. But something what I'd like to do now is I'd like to actually have an enclosure where it's just at the moment it's just in a rub.
I'm sure Gar was trying to find orange Dalmatians, so if you've got orange Dalmatians, I'm pretty sure he'd be interested. I could be wrong, but I'm sure he would mention
Oh, okay.
because apparently they're quite rare to stumble across. So if you've got some, I'm pretty sure they're.
Mine are orange. They're bred with dairy cows and they've now got the spots. Because
Yeah,
I was
you've got
told,
kind of peachy colour ones with spots as well, haven't you?
yeah, because I was told keep them together because they're different thingies. They won't breed.
Ready?
But if you want some isopods, Adam, I can send some your way as well.
Absolutely. The tank can always do with a boost. I mean, I've got some oranges, some dairy cows, but I've recently added a hell of a lot more white wood into it, like old decaying wood, because I think they had actually run out. Although it was mixed through the substrate, I don't think there was as much in there as I thought there was. So I noticed the populations were starting to dwindle slightly, but I've also got my domino roaches in there, and they're absolutely awesome. They are just fantastic.
I mean, I want some different types of roaches, but
yeah, domino roaches are so pretty.
See, I had
the marked ones as well.
I got some domino roaches. I gave Jen 3, and I had 3, and I think my dominoes have all gone now. But
yeah, mine have all
I've
gone.
got some. Oh, what are those things called? Ghost porcelain roaches.
The ghost porcelain, yeah, they're pretty cool.
I've got a couple of them in there. I've got a death's head. I've got a couple of hissers.
I notice Shropshire Exotics, shout out, have some of the burrowing roaches, and they look really cool. But if they live up to their name, then you're kind of never going to see them.
It's like a fossorial spider, isn't it? It's like, hey, look at this tub of dirt.
Like, I got this. Oh, see you later.
Where are Shropshire Exotics based? I never heard of them.
I'm going to guess Shropshire, but that might just, it's just a guess. Somewhere in the Shropshire.
Somewhere around there.
She's just around the corner from me, so I'm just on there.
Oh, go and chap on the door. Be like, give me some burrowing roaches. I don't know their exact location, but I've been speaking to them recently, and hopefully, I think it's pretty much confirmed, but he might book my arse for this later. But I think they're going to do the prize from a 2K giveaway, because I've surpassed 2K not long ago. So I think they're going to do a little bioactive starter pack with everything you need for a bioactive setup. And I hope they are now that I've said that. But that's what's been
shit, we are now.
That's what's been discussed. So.
Can we just say, Adam, congratulations on passing 2K.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Because I know you were stuck for quite a while, weren't you?
I was stuck. I was like 1.98 for months. It would not shift, and I spammed my channel everywhere. Basically, begged people. Offered all sorts to get subscribers. And it's like every time I got one, it's like YouTube went, fuck you. It was like YouTube had decided this was what you're going to stay at. This is your number. You're not passing this. This is as far as you get, pal.
I think £200. I went to the week and I went to 20 more subs in the week, and fantastic. Took me the next day and then all gone. I'm like, yeah.
I find sometimes with YouTube though, it's like you'll be on a number, say you were on 100, and then the next day you'll look and it'll drop down to like 92, and then a few days later it'll go back up to 100. It's almost like they're authenticating some of the profiles, or so. It's like they remove them periodically to check that they're genuine before.
You get to a thing, you're too embarrassed to post and say, hey guys, I've reached this, because it took me the next day, and it's like, not at all.
You've got to wait until they're about over.
I seem to be perpetually stuck at the moment on 305. That seems to be my limit. YouTube have gone, nope, you're not having any more.
Yeah, it's like the YouTube gods have decided this is your wall, and you shall not pass it.
And I'm 8 away from 300, and it's driving me nuts, because it's one of those things when you're almost to that mark, like that marker, you get all excited, but once you've passed that marker, you forget about it for ages and you don't worry about it anymore. But it's just when you're that close, so annoying.
I mean, I was on something like 295, 296, and Jen put a post up saying, let's sort of get into 300, and that actually did it. That got me to 300, and then since then it's just like been stuck on 305. That's it.
It doesn't work on mine. I've been stuck at 719 for God knows how long. I'm like, come on.
That's infuriating. And then you'll watch. I mean, no offense to any other channel whatsoever, but you'll watch other channels. You consider yourself. You kind of see them and you think, well, why are they zooming past? Why are they doing so? What have they got that I don't? Because I consider myself an equal, or in some cases you think, well, I'm better than them. Why are they getting the views? Because I think I'm putting out better content than them.
But a lot of it is they become like social media whores. Do you know what I mean? It's like they literally bastardize the whole of social media.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do the YouTube, they do the YouTube Shorts, they do Instagram Reels, they do the talk ticky thing, and you know,
The
they
thing is,
blast it
on
absolutely.
Facebook, every other post you see is this person. You think, oh, for fuck's sake, really? You know,
You do what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? This is why I left a lot of the groups in the end, because I was just so sick of my thingy saying this person posted in 1,000 groups.
Yeah. Well, I'm now part of one spider group.
That's where I come unstuck, because I never know where to post, and I'm worried that people are going to go, yeah, you can only post here on a Monday, or so I just don't.
Actually,
What I don't
I think I'm part of two spider groups. I'm part of that True Spiders of the World and Arachnotube, and that's it. That is the only spider groups I'm in.
No, you're on the one with Adam and Steve as well.
Yeah, that's exotic.
That's that's exotic pet enclosures. That's a wee bit of everything. That's, you know, that could be a chinchilla if you've made it an awesome setup. That's,
yeah, exactly.
It's about the enclosure design as opposed to what's necessary. As long as the design of the enclosure suits the animal you're going to put in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not going to put a rat into a tiny little box with a skull in the back and a pipe leading into the nether regions. You know, it's about suitable enclosures that show talent that are suitable for the animals. It's one thing Steve's always very adamant about when it comes to competitions and stuff is the display you're showing has to meet the needs of the animal that is eventually going to go in it. You can't do like a tropical setup and then put, you know, an animal that prefers cold climates into that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool that he takes it very serious, does our Steve.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm a very serious man. I say I'm very serious, but I'm like this all the time. Whoa, look at me, Steve. I've got the best hair. My enclosure is best. Woohoo! Everybody loves me. Love this.
And the good thing is, on our group, it's nice to know that there's no rivalry.
No.
Tony says they got two teams. We just jumped at the deep end and bought a pokey, and whether like they're ruined. Have fun with that.
Jesus Christ! For your first two tarantulas, that's bold. A pokey and a calciatum. That's a brave move.
Mind you,
fair play. If you can handle those two, any other tarantula is going to be like child's play.
The thing is, like Adam just said, if it's in the right enclosure, it's set up differently. It's like I said to you before. I had pokies in open tops, and shit myself. But as soon as I had that enclosure, it was front open. I can't care less now. I'm quite chill with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, especially when they come into the hobby, myself included, the first thing you do is, you know, what's a beginner species? What is a beginner species? And over the years I've been in the hobby, I've realised that realistically, as long as you have the confidence, the research, and the correct setup, absolutely anything can be a beginner species.
Well, we've had this conversation before. It's like people label certain species like Brachypelma, Grammostola,
Toledo cattle, Brackies,
Phonopelma,
Grammies.
They say that they are beginner species, but they're not. You know, these species get undermined because of that label.
Yeah.
And the fact is that some of the Brachypelma, the Phonopelma, they are absolutely gorgeous spiders.
It's a speedy.
I'm trying to tickle the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know plenty of people that have come into this hobby and their first spider was an OBT, Pteronoctolus murnus, and they've been in the hobby for a long time. They've never been bitten. They've never had any issues or concerns or worries, and they're, you know, absolutely brilliant keepers. But they knew what they were doing. You know, they went into it with a sensible, logical mind, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you know what you're getting yourself into.
Oh God, yeah.
A lot of people they buy a tarantula because they want to hold it and look badass. Do you know what I mean? And that is a lot of the problem. They want to have that Instagram picture where they're holding it.
Or you get your idiots that are like, they come into the hobby and they're like, oh, look at me, I've got a pokey, I'm going to put it in my mouth, because they want to be known as Billy Big Balls. And you know, these people are half-wits.
Yeah, I mean,
well, there was that famous video going around, wasn't there? That guy, I can't remember. I think he was either Scottish or Irish. I can't remember what he was.
Let's
but-
blame it on the Irish. We'll blame it on
Let's
the
blame it on the
Irish.
Irish.
By the
Yeah,
OBC.
fair enough. But yeah, he was.
Oh,
he
it wasn't those
teasing-
Scottish, I tell you.
He was teasing an OBT, and he kept like sticking his finger in and tickling its web because this OBT was in a threat pose,
Yeah.
and it was slapping. And every time he put his finger on the web, it slapped. And of
Yeah.
course, inevitably, he put his finger too close, and this OBT bit him. And the bit afterwards just had me crying with laughter because he was actually crying with the pain. You know, he was
Right.
just
Deservedly, yeah.
he was
Yeah.
literally weeping, this guy. And it was
Because I
just
can't
so
imagine.
funny to
I can't
watch.
imagine it's a pleasant experience by
Oh
any means.
God, no! But you know, you start teasing a tarantula.
But it's
You
like
deserve
any,
what you
you know, if any animal at all, like, doesn't matter how many legs it's got. You know, if you approach a dog and it's growling and its heckles are up and stuff, you're not going to shove your hand in its face. If you approach a cat and it's hissing and its claws are out and it's
Oh
doing
God,
the whole,
yeah.
you know, you're not going to try and pick it up. It's show respect, understand it. And this is one of the things I tried to explain to people when I used to do the public talks and stuff when I ran my business. And I do tarantula handling and stuff. It's like, understand your animal, no matter what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Understand what the animal is telling you without having the vocabulary that we have. If you have a tarantula and it's flicking hairs, that's it telling you no. If you're going to persist with that, it's going to start rearing up. If you understand that, you're not going to stress out your animal and you're not going to put yourself nor them at risk. If you're going to continue to be a half-wit, then you deserve what you get.
Oh God, yeah.
The more you keep them, the longer you've had them, you know what their temperaments are going to be. Do you know what I mean? You know what you can handle out of portion, what you can't. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I tell people. I mean, generally speaking, you're going to get some sort of warning sign. Take heed and take that warning sign.
Yeah, every animal, give or take, apart from wasps, they're assholes, but every animal you come across is going to give you warnings like bugger off or you're going to get hurt.
Yeah,
apart from wasps.
Yeah.
When you first put, what, is it going to bite you? If I got more chance of a dog biting me, or the hamster, or the cat, do you know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing. You know what you're doing.
But that goes back to that channel that I was on about, that bugs and biology. He deals a lot with funnel web spiders, the different Australian funnel web spiders, and considering they are probably the most dangerous spider on the planet, you know, his videos show them to be not like you'd imagine.
Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously they do the big threat display. You see the fangs, you see, you know, massive fangs and venom dripping off them. But the way he handles them and the way he talks about them, the way he shows them, they're not actually like you imagine.
The vast, you know, in some YouTube channels and a lot of documentaries, these animals are provoked to get, because they want to film certain responses. They want to film certain reactions from polar bear, tiger, spider, you know, whatever. These bits are targeted, and people within this hobby, they do it as well. But to the Joe Blogs that doesn't know that, they're watching this channel going, holy cow, look at that spider, it's crazy. Ooh. But what they don't know is 10 minutes before they hit record, somebody's been tickling that spider with a straw or poking at it with it. You know, it's... And this was an argument I was having with somebody the other day. It's like, is it never crossed your mind that, you know, hundreds of people keep Lacidora parabiama, but this one or two people, theirs is always aggressive, theirs is always attacking, this is always psychotic. And it's like, does that not, you know, hundreds of people keep these spiders and they're perfectly normal, calm, but
this is the one thing that I always hated about Exotic's Lair. I know there's a lot of people like him, he's really popular, but the fact is whenever he got a box, he'd have this box and he'd be going, right, in this box we've got this spider. You know, no wonder it wants to kill you.
There was a video of his going around, I think Lad Bible or one of these other channels has shared it, of him unboxing a spider quite recently. And all the people that knew nothing were commenting like, "Oh, this guy's really popular. He really knows his stuff," and all the people that are actually in the hobby were going, "This guy's a fucking bellend. This guy," and that kind of goes back to what I'm saying is people within the hobby know fine well that his spiders have been more than likely provoked prior to filming because they behave in a way that is completely unusual to the average keeper.
I mean, do you remember, Adam? I think it's probably well over a year ago now. There was a big hoo-ha on one of the groups about this woman that kept these spiders, and she was saying that she slept with them and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you know what I mean? And everyone was. I told you about Rob. I don't think you saw it because you weren't part of that group then. Do you remember this woman? She was like really badly manhandled, and she was holding the terrestrial like
upside down and.
The way they were kept. Oh Jesus Christ! It was beyond awful. Do you know what I mean? But her views and her songs were through the roof. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a sensationalism. Do you know what I mean? And everyone was kicking off because it shows a bad for everybody else.
What we'll say in defence of Exotic Slater, I'm not defending him in any way, but one thing I have noticed with him, I don't particularly watch his stuff, but it comes up on suggest a lot of his enclosures they were always these little glass boxes with wooden lids. I used to work night shift and I did used to watch a lot of his stuff when I first came into the hobby, and a lot of them were these glass tanks with wooden lids that he'd clearly made. But I have noticed on a lot of the suggested stuff that the enclosures are far more improved, which is something. So
the enclosures, since he's upgraded all of the enclosures look awesome.
Yeah, a lot more suitable because some of them were far too small. I believe for the inhabitants.
I actually quite like what it for. I'll say entertainment value. I don't like the badly treated pokey when it pokes and things like that. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I think in the last year, the channel and the husbandry has improved.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't choose to watch him. I find myself watching. I've changed jobs recently, so I don't have as much time to spend watching videos as I used to. So I don't watch as much stuff as I used to do. But I find I don't want to be like you. Maybe found it yourself. You'll watch maybe Bug Realms. Take Smug Realms for example. You'll maybe watch one of his videos. And you think, oh, that's a really bloody good idea. And you'll sort of do your own take on his thing, but then you think, oh God, I've just ripped off his bloody, I've just replicated his video. I don't want to be known as. So I sometimes try and avoid watching other people because you don't want to. You want to be inspired by them, but you don't want to feel as if you're just replicating something they've already done.
I know what you're saying, but doing what we do. There's really a small margin of things that you can actually do. Do you know what I mean? So, but as long as you say, oh, well, I watched Bug Realms' video, he's done this. I'm going to try it this way, see how this works. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite you're sort of quite limited by what you can do, which is why I try and throw other crap and I try and do other stuff that other channels don't do. And maybe I think some people appreciate it, some people maybe don't. Maybe that's why the channel hasn't taken off the way others have. But I want to do something a bit fun and a bit quirky and different and daft and silly and as well as show off.
A bit more light-hearted, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why
I try and do sort of documentary-esque style, packed with knowledge and information and really interesting stuff, and then I'll do me like shaking my ass at the camera for 5 minutes solid. It's
yeah, that's why a lot of my spiders talk, and I might just do like my little Dursley, I'll just do a clip and just make it into something funny, just to
I mean, I know Sam did a live, I think it was just a few nights ago, and he was sort of speaking about being quite down and struggling and stuff like this. And he's been demonetized, which was due to a video that was put out across a multitude of channels, and quite a few big channels were demonetized as a result of it. And he was speaking about, you know, the struggles and having to put out so many videos a week and needing to do that to get his monetization and the views, and I was sort of trying to say to him, it's like, you know, remember when you first started this channel and you did a video about why you started this channel. I think some people need to remember why they wanted to do it in the first place, because I think we get so het up on subscriber counts and how many views a particular video got, and these things are important, they're hugely important, and we get het up on A, B, C, D, that we sometimes forget that we actually did all this just for a bit of fun and share our passion. And it realistically,
no, I was saying this to Rob the other day, because I watched Sam's video and it kind of hit a nerve.
It really touched me. Not Sam, but it really, I sent him a message afterwards. I was like, you're an asshole for making me think about all these things that I was aware of, but I've been trying to bury down deep inside and not think about. But you putting it into words has made me realise that I get where you're coming from, and I feel the pain you're going through right now, and you're a dick for making me feel this way.
We said a couple of weeks ago, do you know what I mean? No one gets as many views as they used to. Do you mean? Because
no, I think we're all having a hard time, aren't we?
I think a lot of it is because lockdown's released, and I think I honestly do think the more that you're in the hobby, because when you first start, you watch every freaking video that's out there.
Yeah.
And the more that you do it, you become more selective of what you want to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, when I used to work night shift, and I would spend my entire, 8-12 hour shift going from YouTube to YouTube to YouTube to YouTube, just bouncing through all these channels. Yeah. And now I don't have that same time to sit and, watch numerous hours of.
I mean, you've got to be selective, you got to choose what you want to watch, you know what I mean? But going back to Samsung, I watched it and I thought, I thought, what about it, Jimmy? And I said to Tanya, I'll get upset. The live doesn't get that many views, or our channels don't get many views, and why are our subs not going up? And it started to become an issue. I was like, why am I bothering? The last few videos aren't getting as many views. Why am I doing it?
But that's what I said the other day, wasn't it? I think even if we go straight back to basics, especially with our live streams, and think we are a bunch of people having a chat with our friends, really, and that's what it boils down to. Yeah. I think. Yeah, even if nobody watched, I'd still enjoy having a chat with my friends. So
that's what I said in the end, do you know what I mean? And I thought, no, I'm just going to stop. I started doing it because I opened up this first little album for Jessie, and I fell in love with this little furry thing, and knew from then on I was taking this over.
I started my channel really as a bit of a diary, so I could look back in 5-10 years time and think, oh God, do you remember when I had that? And and with the kids as well, do you remember when we went to that show, when we did this? Or do you know what I mean? It was kind of like a vlog. Well, not
I know
you. Yeah, it was more of a diary for myself.
See, mine wasn't. Mine was to meet. It was to get information and meet people who were interested in the same thing. Because all my friends thought I was talking.
Oh yeah, it was that as well. But the actual channel, my channel itself, started off as a kind of a bit of a diary for myself. It still is to a degree.
When I started, I was watching like the Cat and Exotic Layers and Dark Den and all this kind of stuff. All the big channels that are suggested. I was watching all them. You type in Tarantula, and these are the top channels that it throws out. I was watching all these, and I was like, I can do that. I can blether away for a wee while and film some spiders feeding. I can do that. I think my first 20-30 videos are me like holding my breath, too afraid to be heard breathing, like filming like my vinegaroon eating or a spider attacking a prey or something in the wrong way. I was filming it in portrait as opposed to landscape, all this kind of stuff, and I was putting them up, terrified to be heard speaking in case somebody went, oh.
Go on camera for ages.
Yeah.
See me. And then I got told by Jennifer and Amy.
Well, I think it was Dave. I think it was eventually Dave said to me, introduce yourself. Say hello, speak. Make yourself known, let people know who you are. And then I was just known as Little Lad at the time. Little Lad Conley was what I was originally known as on the channel, and I thought that's a pretty rubbish name. It was my Xbox name at the time that my brother gave me. I thought it doesn't really sell the channel. It doesn't tell anyone what I'm about. So I basically put out on my channel, it was like, please come up with a name, create a name for me. And luckily somebody came up with a brilliant idea. So that's how I ended up with the Invertebrarian. It was, of all the suggestions, it was the one that kind of stuck in it was Tattoo Highway suggested it.
I didn't know you had another name.
Yeah, my if you go back and watch my old videos from way back when, it has this intro with all the animals feeding and stuff, which was created by Dave Scott, and it was Little Lad Connolly. And Little Lad is obviously because I'm little and my name's Adam. That's what all my brothers call me, is Ads. So Little Lad was my original Xbox name. And Tattoo Highway suggested the Invertebrarian, and I was like, that's quite cool. I quite like that. And over all the suggestions, the more I read through them, that was the one that kind of stuck in the back of my mind, and that's the one I eventually went with. So, cheers, mate. Wesley, you're awesome.
Like Tony's just got to take it now, but he's too embarrassed and people see the setups, etc. This is why I said to Rob David, show your face for a start, because it makes you more relatable.
It's such a pretty little face. Where are you? Let me squeeze your pretty little face.
Yeah, it makes you more relatable, and
I think that's why.
By doing this, you learn more by doing it, because as long as you have to, as long as you can put a barrier up against the Armchair Warriors, which we're all going to get, doing it.
It works.
God, yeah.
I mean, it works for some people. Exotic Layers is a brilliant example of nobody particularly knows what the guy looks like. It's just his hands, and it works for him because it's been his gimmick throughout his entire journey. But in general, I think a lot of the big channels is people, they want to see a face. Like Richard from the Collective. You see his face and you immediately know that's Tarantula Collective, and it draws that what's the word I'm looking for? Comparison, companionship, or whatever.
Comparison, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just thought
Connection, yeah.
And I thought I'll just show myself straight away. Because if I don't do it straight away, I won't do it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, nervous as hell. And
it's like any brand. Any brand has a face to the brand, and.
Hi, David. Yeah, I kind of stuck with because I had a Facebook page that I did all my crafts on, and because I live literally almost in a woods, I called it Secret Froze Treasures, so that I could kind of incorporate all sorts of things. I didn't have to just stick to one thing. And then I thought, and I made the logo and everything for that. And then I thought, I'm just going to carry on with that theme and call it Secret Froze Creatures. And then again, I'm not boxed into just one thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how that kind of just went with that. So yeah, I didn't have to think of a new name.
Yeah, coming up with a name it's a lot more tricky than you would think.
It is tricky.
It kind of has to sell what you're about.
I mean, I said I was like, I'm going to do what should I call it? And I wasn't planning on getting any other inverts. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, transitions.
Yeah.
It's like that Lair Centipede. Do you know what I mean? You read Lair Centipede, you think they're just about centipedes, we do so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the same as Ants Canada. He's got axolotls, he's got all sorts of things going on there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't know if any of you watched I think it's Nordic Ants. I think that's what it's called. And it was somebody sent me a thing. It's basically the guy has a huge tank, and it's like a communal project, and over time he's introduced more and more and more things into this enormous tank. And it started off as just 1, 2, 3 different species thrown into a tank, and then once they're established, he's like added this and this and that. So it's just like, you know, it's basically a mini ecosystem within this tank. So what started off as a huge tank for an ant colony, he then added in some salamanders and then some snails and a scorpion and then another colony of ants to see how the two different colonies would act against one another. And then I don't know, there's like a pool area. It's phenomenal, and it's like an ultimate dream that I would love to do. It's got a bit of absolutely everything in there. It's just absolutely phenomenal. But I'm pretty sure it's called Nordic Ants.
I'm going to write that down so I can look it up.
Yeah, I've not heard that one.
But the thing is, you had a communal, didn't you, Adam, where you had beetles and scorpions.
Yeah.
You had a setup where you kept the two of them together because you were experimenting with it. You heard, I can't remember what you said, but you heard somewhere that you could keep scorpions and these. I think was it death feigning beetles.
Yeah, you can. It's and I don't know. It does work. It's not. It can 100% work, but I don't know whether it was the temperature of my room or whatever. But both the death feigning beetles I got passed away. And whether that was my own errors or because when they arrived, they were just at that point in their life, I don't know. But I've got some incredible footage of like the death feigning beetle going into the scorpion's burrow and the scorpion kind of not attacking it, but sort of saying like, get out of the way. And then the death feigning beetle just like getting out of this way. It was almost like they understood each other. It was incredible to watch. I felt really, lucky to have got that bit of footage. But yeah, they can absolutely. It's obviously they're desert species. And the guy I got the scorpion from, he had two death feigning beetles, and he alternated them between because they act as a cleanup crew as well. They will eat leftover remains left by the scorpion and stuff. And he had two death feigning beetles that he alternated between his 4 or 5 different scorpions, and it was just absolutely fascinating. I'd love to try and do it again, but I don't really have that type of scorpion anymore or death feigning beetles. But
I use Morio worm beetles in my gecko enclosures. I use them as part of the cleanup crew. And they wander around quite happily. They'll literally walk over the geckos, and the geckos will pay no attention to them. Whereas any other live food you put in there, they will actively hunt it and kill it,
destroy.
But these death feigning beetles, these Morio worm beetles, for some reason, they tolerate them.
I think communals are brilliant. I absolutely love the idea of more than one species in a tank, as long as it's going to, obviously you don't want to risk the welfare of. I've got my Paradoxa, my Philocrania Paradoxa, my ghost mantis lives with my giant African land snails, because I know there's the snails aren't going to bother the mantis, and the mantis isn't going to bother the snails, and they live absolutely harmoniously together. It's brilliant. It just does their own wee thing.
Yeah.
I've only got like one blue death feigning beetle left. So I could put that with my Asian forest, or does it have to be a particular?
I wouldn't put it with an Asian forest. No. It seems to be desert species. Desert hairy is predominantly the one that most people would do it with, but there are a few other desert species because desert dwellings is death feigning beetles suitable environment. Whereas forest scorpions are much more of a higher humidity level and stuff. So I personally wouldn't put them in with
It's just completely wrong.
Heterometris are just nutters. So I wouldn't put anything in with a Heterometris. I actually need to dig up mine. I've got a commune of 5 Pterosae, but I think their name's changed. I need to read up on that.
Now, oh God,
Cimarini, or
Oh.
Pterosae's
changed. I think it's Simrini or something. Or is that a different species?
What the hell was it they changed it to? Oh god.
I've got a commune of 5, but because the substrate is so deep and I've got a burrow going down, I only ever see 1 or 2. I just want to make sure the rest of them are okay. I hate digging things up, but
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you have to, though, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, I've got a little NNC gold that I haven't seen for months, and I'm kind of a bit worried about it. And I keep thinking, should I just have a little poke in there? I don't want to destroy it particularly, but I might just have a little poke.
Well, I was worried about my leech. I thought I'll check on my leech. I've not seen that out and about for a wee while. I thought it must be due a feed now. The thing's still a chunky monkey. It's certainly, you know, I think either I've got the world's most peculiar leech or I have super blood. But I mean, from when I first got it, which was at one of the shows, and it fed off me not long after I got it. And then it was 18 months before it fed again.
Wow.
Which is pretty unusual for leech. And then I fed it. Yeah, so it's probably about another year away from needing a feed anytime soon, but I still like to check on it. Well, it's meant to be maybe once or twice a year for that species, but as I say, mine went 18 months before it fed again, so a year and a half. Which is pretty bloody impressive.
I didn't realise it actually been that long. It was like every
Nah.
It's all that whiskey in your system, mate.
That's it. Peshed. Just swims about his tank, darting off the wall.
That's it. That's it. Who needs blood?
Who needs blood? I'm fucking off me. Tits in here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No, it was... I think it was Steve Metcalf we actually got off. It was like the end of the day and I had a tenner left. And you know, it's like you don't want to leave a show with money. It's like, God forbid you would leave a show with money in your wallet.
Yeah.
And I just kind of panic bought the thing. It's like, fuck, there's a leech. It's a tenner. I've got a tenner. I'm fucking having this thing. And it wasn't until I got home. It was like...
So you walked back to me afterwards and said, why didn't you stop me?
Okay, I asked my wife why she didn't stop me from buying this thing. And yeah, it wasn't. I got home and I was like, you know, I've got to feed this bloody thing. It's like it feeds off of me. I'm responsible for this. I've got to keep it alive.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I thought. And yeah, it latched on and it fed and then it dropped off this great big bloated bloody thing and I bled for I think it was like 4 hours afterwards. And yeah, I think I've had it for years now. It's fed twice, once when I got it and then once a few months back. So it should be all right for a while.
What does it feel like when it's feeding? Is it like a weird sensation or
you don't? You know, if it's weird to try and describe it. You know, when you've burnt yourself, you've got a burn, but you've had it for a few days and it's starting to subside, but there's still that sort of slight irritation to the skin.
Yeah.
It kind of feels a bit like that. It's like initially when it latches on, it's a bit like rubbing sandpaper. You kind of feel it latch on.
Right. So it feels like poking a bruise.
Kind of, yeah. It's very subtle. You do feel it latch on. It's like a kind of quite sharp, scratchy pain as it latches on. And then you don't really feel much thereafter apart from this kind of old burn sensation around where it is.
Yeah.
Unless you look down and see this thing like pulsating as it feeds on you. And then once it's like this big old fat sausage, it just falls off and you've got this blood like streaming down your arm uncontrollably.
Is that what does it? And it goes, I'm done now, and comes off.
Yeah, it literally goes, I'm full. Food coma, and it falls off. It just lollops, and on my carpet it ends up covered in cat hair or whatever. It's just this little hairy fat thing lolloping about the place. It looks a bit like Steve, just with all its hair, lolloping about the place, rolling about on the floor. But yes, it's quite fascinating at the same time. But not all leeches require blood to feed. I think there's a misconception that all leeches are blood eaters. There's a lot of leeches that feed on sort of decaying matter and live in the the layers of leaf litter at the bottom of riverbeds and stuff that'll feed off other things. But
I did not know that actually.
in the Medicinalis, that they used to use for medicine purposes, is a protective species in this country. The Venatoria, whatever they're called, you pick up at the shows and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty cool, and the markings are absolutely stunning. I again was quite regretful when I bought it, but when I actually looked at it and looked at the markings, and just, it's like I've actually fallen in love with the wee fat blob. It's pretty cool. There's an awesome group, Leech Gang, on Facebook, run by Jessica. And if you want to learn about them, I had one called World. I have the World of, so I've got World of True Spiders, World of Myriapods, World of Mantids, but I had one World of Leeches, but I closed it down because Leech Gang is such a great place that it seemed pointless having another group trying to replicate that. But yeah, Leech Gang is awesome, and you can pick up. I really want a buffalo leech. Like, these things they grow to be huge. Really want a buffalo leech. Go and Google it. Go and Google buffalo leeches.
I quite like the idea of it, but then I was like, I think like in a vampire, I think. Drink my blood.
Definitely do it. The one thing I will say is the whatever you've got in, these things are, if you think like anything is an escape artist, nothing is an escape artist in the way a leech is. These guys are phenomenal at escaping. So whatever you've got them in has to be blooming secure, because they can flatten themselves out, they can stretch, they can flatten, they can fit through the tiniest of bloody gaps. They're absolutely phenomenal escape artists. So if you are thinking of getting a leech, definitely think about what you're going to keep it in, because they are. And sadly, they don't survive long out with a moist environment. So unfortunately, if they do escape, it's kind of a bit of a death penalty for them. Mine's has escaped once, and I heard it go ka-thump as it hit the floor. Is it twice? Twice I've been corrected. Twice it's escaped.
Do you have centipedes?
I do. I've got two. I've got Scolopendra Dahani, which Amy posted a video of on her thing, and I've got one that was gifted to me, and this one.
Oh no, that's. By the way, Adam, it's Silenus.
Silenus.
Heterometrus silenus.
Silenus, sorry. I knew it was. Why did it? Don't change names.
I've got no idea.
Do you know he's got a 36 spinner and you'll get on really well?
Oh, it's up there. I've got two. I thought this was it, but it's not. This is my Chromatus.
Oh.
That's the one from the video, isn't it?
It's been in a couple of videos. Yeah, it's such a great feeder.
Is that the one you had with all the different voices on it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good feeder. Oh, it's up there. It's up there, but there's a couple of Megathaloides on top of it, and I don't want to risk tipping them over to try and get out. But one of my admins on my group, he sent me a pretty cool centipede that I'm growing on just now. But yeah, I've only got the two, but they are awesome. Again, when I first got into the hobby, like I came in as a tarantula keeper, and then over time, I think I had about 80, 90 tarantulas, and I was kind of losing the passion for it. It kind of felt like it was becoming more of a burden than a passion. So I sold off, I think, all bar about maybe 10, 12. And then I thought, I kind of miss keeping, and I wanted to look at other things. So I got like my first scorpion. I got offered scorpion, which was something I never thought about keeping. I thought they were ugly, horrible, horrendous things. And then I absolutely fell in love with these Larius Staphylos, I think they were. And then I thought, oh, scorpions are pretty cool. I started looking at other things, and I got a wee bit of this, and I wanted them, and a two of that, and I wanted this, and I wanted that. And then before I knew it, I had like this huge variety of things.
I think a lot of people do that because they start with tarantulas, and tarantulas,
Yeah.
they are a bit boring. They're not boring.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. Do you know what I mean? So people sort of branch out into other things. My most fascinating to watch is a communal. Do you know what I mean? Because it moves. Do you know what I mean? Other than feed the tarantula and watch it occasionally clean itself, it doesn't really do a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, I started out with geckos. And then I got into tarantulas after that.
Yeah, I got reptiles first, then got inverts. Yeah.
I always wanted tarantula. Like growing up, I always wanted a tarantula. It's been a lifelong dream of mine was to get tarantula. And then my wife wanted a snake, so she got a snake. And then I was like, well, if you've got another snake, I want another tarantula. And then she was like, well, if you've got another tarantula, I want another snake. And whoosh. And it was like, well, you know, I can fit 20 tarantulas in the space that your one snake is going to take up. So I've got, you know, I can fit this many in. And
does she like the tarantulas?
do you like tarantulas? Don't bother me. That's why she, yeah. Although when we got the first one, I had to kind of hide it from the kids, didn't I? Because we weren't quite sure how the kids were going to react to it. Because our eldest daughter was scared of spiders at the time, so we kind of had to hide it for a wee while. But eventually, it was just like, hey, keep it away from me. But other than that, they weren't too phased.
My kids never batted an eyelid when I started bringing spiders in the house. They were just like, oh. But that's going back to what you said, Adam, is because they don't have a fear of it, really. They just...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, growing up, my mum was terrified of spiders. My dad wasn't. He was just like, spider, whatever. He was a gardener all his days, still is. So he wasn't overly fussed by them. But my mum was terrified. So whenever there was a spider in the house, she would call on me. And we were like a wee country, well, they still are, in a wee village out in the back of beyond, in this little picturesque village. So whenever there was a spider, Mum would be like, come and get out. And I would catch it and pretend to throw it out the house, but take it to my bedroom and set it free. So I was just like, oh, awesome. And that's what I always wanted, you know, that I always found them really fascinating. I always absolutely loved tarantulas. And now my mum is, you know, she was always like, you'll never own a spider, not in my house. But over time, when she used to come and visit, she would be like, oh, that's, you know, can I see it? Can I, you know, and she's held a tarantula, which for a woman that spent her entire life petrified of spiders is a phenomenal achievement.
Oh, my mum was the same. Growing up, she was terrified, but she kind of tried to put her in front of it to catch the ones that were in the bath to get rid of them. I mean, now she's got tarantulas as well now. Do you know what I mean? So,
but I mean, I think the BTS. The last time the BTS was on, 2019 maybe.
Yeah.
Before the world ended.
Yeah, before the world ended. I went to that show and my mum actually asked me if she could come with me.
Oh, did she?
Because she's not a spider person. She wouldn't ever keep spiders. She's never been afraid of them. She's never been like arachnophobic, but she's never been fussed by them. But because she watched my YouTube videos, she was kind of fascinated, and she messaged me saying, could she come with me just to see all the different types? And, you know, at the end of it, she was like, I never realized there were so many different types of tarantulas. And, you know, she was fascinated by it.
My little grandson's really getting into it now, which is really good. I mean, he's just had his 8th birthday, and he was one of these kids that was scared of everything when he was little. I don't really know why, because it certainly wasn't from me or from his mum. I don't really know why he was scared of all these things. Even scared of cats. When he used to come over, he hated my cats. But now he's got 2 cats of his own, and I let him, like when he comes here on a Wednesday, he feeds the axolotl and has a little look at the millipedes and what have you. And he won't hold them, but he's getting better at looking at them and not going, you know, and So that's good. He's getting much better now. So.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's a lot about education and breaking down these built-up beliefs about
Oh God, yeah.
anything, but
Yeah.
spiders, it's about people are brought up fearing these things, but when they actually stop and start to learn about them, they realize that it's completely irrational.
I don't know why he's like that though, because it's certainly not from me, and not really from my daughter.
But it could be something that's happened to him that he nursery, primary school, he's maybe lifted something up and a teacher's gone, oh my God, you can't do that, or our fellow pupils going, oh my God, get that out of your hand, don't touch that, and it's just this.
Watching a cartoon and on a cartoon, someone said it's this boy, but
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because it's certainly none of the kids have been brought up like that at all. So, yeah.
But it's nice when you can like. But this bloke that he spoke to on, and he keeps trying to. It's good for me because when I first started keeping them, my friends thought I lost the plot, and they were like, "I'm not coming into your house," but now they do, and now one of my friends, she knows like scientific names now.
Yeah.
Because someone's asking something, and she's like, "Oh yes, they do this because of this." She's like, "Oh my God, I've learned stuff."
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when I started keeping my geckos and then sort of my spiders after, nobody I knew, not one person I knew kept them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it was kind of strange, but
yeah, I mean, none of my day-to-day friends keep anything like that. I know a couple of people that have got snakes or a gecko or a beardy or something like that, but I still have no one in my day-to-day life that keeps insects, beetles, spiders, anything like that. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I'll tell you what my success story though, if you're going to call it, for want of a better phrase, is Paul is my other half, because I don't think we really understood, and he didn't really have any interest at all, but now he's really getting a lot more interested. He still doesn't particularly want to be too close to them, but he's asking questions and he's listening to, where does this one come from, and why do you do that? He's being more interested, so that's a really good thing.
So you're not right. He's like, nope, don't do it. Don't understand it.
No, I don't think Paul understood me at all when it not so much with the reptiles, but definitely with the inverts. He was like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, I remember the day I was waiting on post for a wolf spider to come. I would have enjoyed it, and I'd gone. Martin was waiting in for this my post to come for this wolf spider, and I'd gone uptown for a coffee with my friends, and I was so excited that this wolf spider's coming, and they just absolutely ripped the piss. So I was getting so excited about this spider coming. I kind of came home and I was like, why don't people do it? You know what I mean? It just really...
They don't understand, do they? I know. It's a hard one. The thing is, though, as well, you can't really blame them in a way.
Oh, no,
like train spotting. I have no interest in train spotting whatsoever, but lots of people do. Just because I understand.
Choose life, choose a career. Like that train spotting.
It is, not that train spotting.
Yeah.
You and McGregor.
Oh God, yeah. That film creeped me out.
That is such a good film. Yeah.
Oh, I take to imagine how old that film probably is now.
I hate when it comes to this film came out 7 years ago. You're like,
I read somewhere the other day that the first Harry Potter movie, just to make you feel really old, the first Harry Potter movie is like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because my oldest daughter is 27 now, and my oldest son is 24, and they were kind of just at that age where they're like, "Oh, he's a wizard."
You're a wizard, Harry.
Came out in 1996.
Shut up.
What
Dig me
came
a
out-
hole, I'm done.
Yeah.
What did you say, Rob?
1996.
Train
Yeah,
Spotting
what?
came out in
Oh.
1996. Yeah.
The year before my oldest son was born. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. My high school drama department thought it'd be a great idea to take us to see Marabou Stalk Nightmares, which was another Irvin Welsh story. And if anybody is familiar with Marabou Stalk Nightmares, you understand why this was horrendous. We went to see it live on stage when I was a teenager. And if you're familiar with Irvin Welsh, which you are, Marabou Stalk Nightmares, live acted on stage, is absolutely bloody horrendous.
Never heard of it. That's
You don't want go. You can. I'm sure there's a synopsis online. Marabou Stalk Nightmares, not one to see on stage. But Trainspotting at its time was a. I've not actually watched Trainspotting 2. I never watched
No,
it.
I
But
haven't.
Trainspotting
No, me
was a bloody brilliant film at the time.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I found the baby bit really disturbing.
Hmm.
No.
But I think that's the whole idea. Is it's meant to show.
Well, yeah.
You know,
meant
it's
to put
meant.
you out
It's
of your
meant.
comfort zone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. It's meant to sort of break some walls.
I think when
Very
you're
clever. Very
sort of
clever.
a kid, I mean, the worst film I watched for kids thing was oh my God, blank. Oh my God. What's that film called? Jones? Oh
Spaceballs.
no.
What film?
Gone blank.
Flesh Gordon.
What is it? The Anti-
Jesus Christ, mate! Flesh Gordon.
the Antichrist.
Damien.
No, the one was called The Antichrist.
All right. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh come on. Surely the worst film you watched was Brain Dead.
Brain Dead is brilliant. Peter
That's
Jackson,
class, isn't it? Yeah.
man. Peter Jackson. Awesome.
I got Jen to watch that one night. She
You know, I watched Channel 4 back in the day, late night, used to do, before they showed the premiere movie, not the premiere, but before they showed the movie, they would do a documentary about the making of whatever film they were going to show. Brain Dead was one of them, and they spoke about all the guns, the machine guns, were made out of bits of pipe. They were basically painted black with holes drilled in them, and how they had 3 or 4 models of the house. There was a house they filmed at, and then they had different models for obviously different stages throughout the course of the movie. If you've seen Brain Dead, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, it was just really fun. And El Mariachi, that was another one. They talked about. I don't know.
Is that the big naked zombie mama?
That's it. The one with the lawnmower scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That film
Peter
was-
Jackson's a brilliant director.
No, it's
Tell you,
so-
I'm
tell
a
you a
comic-
film
yeah.
that's really weird that you need to watch if you've never ever watched it. It's Tusk.
yeah, it's amazing. What's it? Brilliant. I'm like, oh.
Tusk is phenomenal.
Don't think I know that one.
It is bonkers.
Tusk.
Tusk. It's about a man that wants to make a walrus, and that's all I'll say.
Make a wars? Well,
He
as
wants
in-
to make.
as-
Brad Pitt is in it. Not Brad Pitt. Johnny Depp. Two completely
See, the
different
one-
people. Johnny Depp is in it, but also so is his daughter. But Johnny Depp, when he's brought into the movie, is like he does this it's like a 2-minute scene of him just ranting at the camera, and it must have been about a minute in before I realised who it was. And it's just by the eyes, because he plays like this mad French detective. It's crazy.
See, one of the other films I always remember from that sort of time was Basket Case.
Yeah. Basket Case for me is Green Day, but yeah, the movie Basket
Yeah.
Case is.
Yeah. That was nuts, that film.
Tremors, of course. Tremors is a classic.
Oh,
And
God.
Critters. Critters. Oh, we're going
Oh,
back now. We're showing our age, mate.
Fantastic.
Critters is. All the youngins will be like, I'm leaving this stream. I do not know in which they
Yeah.
talk.
Now, see, I can't remember what it was. I tried to think of a film the other day. I tried to remember it. It was a film. I think it was called The Hole.
Basket Case and Gene Wilder.
It was It was about these three kids that basically opened up the gate to hell. And I think it was called The Hole.
There is a film called The Hole.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Are you not a horror
So-
film person?
Sorry?
Tanya, do you not do horror?
Not really, no.
Oh no!
Horror is my go-to genre.
I'm
Oh,
far
God,
more of a
yeah.
comedy girl. You give me something like Steve Martin, The Man with Two Brains, or something like that. I'm willing.
Have you watched As Above, So Below?
Yes.
Yeah,
What about Hell House LLC?
I've seen
we
all
did
that.
watch that. Yeah.
What was it? Is American Mary? That's a.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
It's
film.
bloody obscure, isn't
That
it? It's
is
so
bonkers,
good.
but it is such a good film.
Loved
There's
it.
not one film that we've not seen.
No. See that? I think that's a really underrated film. That one.
Hugely underrated. It's so messed up. I watched one the other day called The Sacrifice, and it's Norwegian. So this couple go to the lad inherits a home in Norway, and the film in it says it's based on a H.P. Lovecraft thing, and the film in itself isn't that great apart from the fact it's Norwegian but in English. So like, oh, so you've inherited the house. Oh, you must stay in the house. And it just, for the language alone, it is worth a watch. It is bloody brilliant.
No, that Norwegian one we watched. What was that called?
It's like Troll Hunter or something.
No, it was quite recent. It was really fucked up.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh God.
I like series. Have you watched True Blood?
Midsummer.
Midsummer, yeah.
Midsummer. That's the one.
Midsummer.
Yeah.
If you watch the original, not the American remake is alright, but if you watch the original Old Boy,
Oh God, yeah.
like the original, the Park Chan-wook
Yeah.
Korean original, one of my favourite films. Love it.
What's your
I like
favourite
The
film?
Crow.
I love The Crow.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I love The Crow. You know, like
The Crow. The
classic
Crow.
Oh yeah.
The Crow is my it's probably my number one film because it's got absolutely everything in it. It's got like, martial arts, action, serious, romance,
And so-
comedy. It is without a shadow of a doubt the greatest piece of cinema ever made. I
Don't skip when he
love
goes
that
to that
film.
original.
I can't read all the time. It's just it's beautiful in every level. It is the ultimate film.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of horror films. I've watched some horror films, obviously, but it's just not my go-to is the comedies and the belly laugh ones.
I love horror films.
What's your favourite film, Tanya?
What's my favourite what?
What's your favourite film?
One of my favourite films is City of Angels.
Oh no!
I know I said this to you before and you went, what?
No, that traumatized me.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful love story. I just think, oh, made me cry as well. That's one of my favourite films. Another one of my favourite films is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Love that film.
See, that's good. But my favourite film from that sort of time is The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is
Yeah,
genius.
I love The
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
No,
Yeah.
my pretty.
I watched The Karate Kid. part
Jennifer's
one.
going pretty in pink, pretty in pink.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty.
You got a little ducky.
Molly Ringwald. Whatever happened to old Molly?
Oh no.
Molly
Oh,
Ringwald.
Grew up and got old. Yeah. Yeah.
My favourite horror film, I mean, Jen knows anyway, is always going to be American Werewolf in London.
Oh, beautiful. Remember the Alamo.
That's a comedy.
It's shit.
The special
not.
effects in that film are still to
not
this
shit,
day
Jen. How can you say
absolutely
that?
phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
See,
Like
I
the
can't-
the hand stretching see it just
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Stan Winston is a genius.
That and The Thing with Kurt
The
Russell.
Thing. You know what I love
Yeah.
about The Thing is it doesn't matter how many times you watch it, you'll never remember who the first one to turn back because there's like 15 members of the cast.
Yeah.
You can never remember who the first one to get infected is. You're like, is it him? Is it him? Is it him? I can't remember. Is it him? It's
See, the
such a
bit-
good bloody film.
The bit that always made me cringe in that film was where they actually cut themselves to test their blood.
Mm.
All the different things like people being ripped apart and aliens, deforming out of other bits. That never bothered me. The bit that always bothered me was when they cut their own thumbs.
There was the prequel. They made a prequel to that, didn't they? They made a.
Well, there was the original film that it came from outer space.
Yeah.
That was kind of the prequel to it, wasn't it?
But well, no, they made an actual prequel like years after The Thing. They made. I don't think it was a remake. Was it a remake or they made another The Thing? But
I
sure.
think it was. I don't know if it was a remake.
No, because I'm sure it ends when the wolf goes running off into the snow, which is when the original Thing begins with the helicopter flying overhead, and they find the wolf, the husky. I'm pretty sure that's how the remake ends, is with.
Oh, okay.
I quite like things like like 28 Days Later. I really enjoyed that.
Brilliant, yeah.
See, that's a good film.
Yeah. I'm not really into gore and stuff like that, but I really enjoy that film. The second film I
know
didn't
you like
enjoy much. Huh?
I know Robert likes the American Werewolf. I preferred the how it's called.
If you're going to say American Werewolf in Paris, I will literally
Oh,
start walking now
yeah.
to punch you in the.
I will turn this live stream off and never speak to you again. Yeah.
I like Company
Underworld. Are you going to say Underworld?
Company of Wolves. I like Company of Wolves.
Underworld was a good film.
Blade is being remade.
Yeah. Is it?
My wife. Yeah,
Is
you
it
just mentioned
really?
Blade, didn't you? Yeah, Blade's getting remade.
You
I wish they
can't
wouldn't do
remake
that.
You can't remake.
It's not Wesley
Blade
Snipes.
without
It's
Wesley Snipes. Exactly.
the guy. I can't remember who's playing Blade. He's got quite a peculiar name. It's quite a. He's got a really weird name. I can't remember the name of the guy that's playing him. But yeah, the remaking Blade.
You're not going to tell me it's that guy. Is it Jimon Honsu or something like
Is
that?
that? Hold on, 2 secs.
Because he's a good actor, but he's not that kind of.
I'll tell you in a second.
I tell you another film that I really like is Deep Impact.
I love that film.
Is that not Bruce Willis?
No.
No, that's oh god, that's Armageddon.
Yeah. No, that's oh God, what's his name?
See, Deep Impact is you've got Bill Pullman.
Oh, yeah,
Morgan
sorry.
Freeman is the president.
It's that last scene with the door to fall at the end.
It's Mahershala Ali.
Never heard of him.
Mahershala Ali. That's perhaps my mispronunciation. I don't know if you can.
Nope, doesn't matter.
No idea.
He's kind of got the Wesley Snipes look about him, but
Yeah, but he's not
Not
Wesley
gonna be the
Snipes,
same.
is he? He's not Demolition Man. He's not Wesley
No,
Snipes.
exactly.
Kate Beckinsale is a stunner, I have to say.
Sorry.
Kate Beckinsale in leather. Yeah, she's definitely a stunner, that one.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're
Back.
traveling.
I was just looking at the cat.
You're just sitting getting hit up on under. Oh, Kate
No.
Beckinsale in Lycra.
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, if you're gonna go down that route, you cannot be
Ginger snaps. If you
No.
don't say ginger snaps, I will slap you.
Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil.
Nah, Mila Jovovich is always going to be Fifth Element, isn't she? Chicken good.
Multipass. Multipass.
The diva, man. You know, none of them had actually seen the performance from the diva. That was actually added in, like that was filmed separately from the rest of the cast. And
Yeah.
originally, that part, not the diva, but Chris Rock, that part, and it will make sense when I say this to you. The character that was eventually played by Chris Rock was originally written for Prince,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that.
and you can totally see it. You can totally
Yeah,
see
you
it.
really have.
Interesting.
But Prince turned it down because he thought the outfits were too flamboyant.
Which, if you know Prince, is kind of strange.
Bonkers.
Ironic, yeah.
And the bad guys from Fifth Element, the animatronics, were later used for Star Wars and Phantom Menace, I believe.
You
Yeah.
also, who sang Pretty in Pink?
Oh Jesus Christ! I can hear it.
Have you watched the Hannibal series?
Oh, bloody loved that series.
I can't remember.
It's one of the greatest series ever made, and then they cancelled it. Assholes.
I know.
It's literally what, like, I loved how dark and twisted and messed up it was. Like, when you watch,
I haven't seen that, Tyler.
oh, you've got to watch it. Like,
Right.
Mads Mikkelsen and what's his face that plays, everything about that series is perfect. It is just absolutely
It's a
perfect.
brilliant series. Yeah.
And it's like the guy that played Will Graham. The original Hannibal is brilliant, and I'll never forget the scene when he's up the tree and he's going through what was in Buffalo Bill's mind. Was it Buffalo Bill? And then they remade it with what was his name? It was originally the guy that played Grissom. Will Graham played him, and then he remade it with your man that went to play the Hulk. What was his name?
Oh, Eric Banner.
Yeah, no, not him. The guy that came after Eric Banner.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
They remade Red Dragon with him, and it was absolutely atrocious. And that whole scene for me ruined the film when he's setting up the tree, getting inside the mind of the serial killer. And the original, brilliant, and the remake, pap. What's his name?
Oh God, I'm trying to think now. Edward Norton.
Edward Norton, who's apparently atrocious to work with, but Edward Norton,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
his portrayal of Will Graham was just rubbish. Ruined it.
Oh, Dr. Dolittle, Dog Soldiers. Awesome film.
Dog Soldiers is brilliant. And there's still rumours of a sequel coming out.
Apparently so, yeah.
It's quite funny because I'll flick through Netflix and Prime for like obscure movies, and my wife will go, "This sounds rubbish. It's the kind of thing you'd watch." I'll be like, "Well, I've already seen it." It's like I watched it. I love the.
Did anybody watch that series called Humans about the robots?
Yeah, well, we watched series 1.
Oh, well, there's 3 series that it's so good. I wish they'd bring out another one.
Well, did anyone watch Being Human? Being Human was brilliant.
The original cast, the original series of Being Human was awesome, but then when they started changing the cast,
Yeah.
it just went to shit.
After, I think it was after season 3 or season 4, when Mitch, and I'll not say anything in case somebody hasn't watched it, but after Mitch left the show.
Yeah, so now the original one, the end of the original one, where we got locked in that room with Herrick. Awesome scene.
And then they just, once he started bringing in Robson Green, and
Yeah.
it just, it took a bit.
It ruined it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
quite liked it.
I avoided it for like the first time it came out, and there was this show about a werewolf, a vampire, and a ghost living together. I avoided it for years, and it wasn't until many blue moons later I thought I'm going to give this a go, and Absolutely fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. Mitch is just the best character ever.
He's so handsome as well. Oh, eye candy. Definitely eye candy.
Is that why you watch me? Is it Tanya?
No, it was just an added bonus.
Hey, you're not meant to say no.
Okay, so Adam, who's your eye candy? Who do you go to?
Gender specific or just in general?
In general, anyone.
For me, I was always quite partial to Neve Campbell. There was something about Neve Campbell that I always quite liked. She's a very attractive woman. Jennifer Connelly as well. Jennifer Connelly is quite an attractive woman.
See, now I get that one.
Have you watched, we've been watching, well, we watched up to date Snowpiercer, which in itself isn't, it's kind of mediocre, but it's got Jennifer Connelly in it, so you're like, all right. Oh, my battery's dying. I'm down to 5%, peeps, so I'm going to have to.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm going to, and I've got work tomorrow. Just,
So.
Hold on. If I take that. I'm just plugging my charger in. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Tanya, who's your go-to driver?
I don't know.
Can I hear you?
Really?
Oh, I can't hear a word anybody's saying.
Fire.
Really?
Really, I really like Brad Pitt in An Interview with a Vampire. I've got strange taste, you know I have. I watch The Mighty Boosh, so you know.
This is true.
But yeah, I mean, if I really love.
This is true.
But yeah, I mean, if I.
Right, I'm behind. I'm having to watch it on my phone, so I'm behind on the chat.
Yeah, I mean, if I.
Right, I'm behind. I'm having to watch it on my phone.
Oh, what is that echo?
I didn't watch it on my phone, so it's going really weird.
Yeah, we got a loop. We got a loop going on.
We have.
What? Get down.
But not as a character. Tanya, not as a character in the film, just as a character.
It's probably me.
Could be.
Pardon?
But not as a character in the film, just some
Hold on.
actor that does it for you.
Oh well, I like The Rock.
I like The Rock.
Can you have your John ladies from a shoe? I'm old Greg.
Right, I'm a bit behind because I'm.
Psychedelic Furs. That's right. That's right. Now you said it. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, thanks, Tyler. I'll watch it in a minute because I've got a cat on the turtle tank which I've got to remove.
Oh, this is weird.
Adam, have you got a delay?
Adam's got a bit of a lag, yeah.
Get down.
Quite a bit, I'd imagine.
Down.
What can you hear now, Adam?
No.
Oh,
That's so cute.
oh.
How many cats have you got?
That's new.
You're not going out.
How many cats have you got?
I've got a little one that's on heat at the moment, so she's locked indoors and she's not happy.
I've got 10 cats. I'm a wee bit behind because I'm
10.
kind of alternating between here and here.
You've got 10 cats.
So that's new. Who actually came upon our bloody hell? Came upon the memories we've had for 8 years.
Wow.
Rob could play old Greg. I got a mangina.
What?
I have absolutely
Mike
no
Booth.
idea what you're on about.
Mighty Boosh. You have to watch it to understand it.
I've never watched it.
Me neither.
He's got a character called Old Greg, who's got a mangina. Drinks Baileys from a shoe.
Strange
I've
program.
got some weird delay.
It's a
Yes.
great program. It's
Oh,
great. I love it. It's one of my favourite programs.
Tyler just said, "Oh my God, Ted, I'll play for you. That's crazy. Adam's got 10 cats."
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've got my headphones plugged into my old phone, so I'm like, what the conversation I'm having is with the old phone. But then my actual filming phone is ahead of time. Is like probably the current
God, that
time,
must
so
be so
it's,
confusing.
I'm living in some weird.
Yeah, 'cause I've got this on here. I've also got it on the telly, but it's
It's very peculiar.
How many cats have you got, Tanya?
So I don't know what time scale I'm living in. I'm waiting for the time police to come and arrest me.
Adam, have you seen True Blood? I know you can ask me in like 2 minutes' time, but
Yeah.
have
True
you
Blood?
seen-
Yeah.
Have you watched True Blood? Haven't you?
Tanya, you
know me, I don't
need to watch.
I
You
don't
need to
a
watch
huge amount
True
of
Blood.
anyway. Right, it's another one that I've got to write down, right?
True Blood. Is that where we are now? Are we at True Blood? I don't know. I got up to about season True Blood. I think we got to. I got up to about the season when there was like a mad, weird woman was taking over the entire village. Other than that, I can't remember much sort of past that. Oh, I can hear my own echo. Look.
Is that on Netflix, Jen?
Yeah. I love True Blood. If you like vampires and stuff, it's a sexy vampire series, basically.
My daughter is standing. I've got double doors over here, and my daughter's standing there going, "Hello, what do you want?"
See, Adam, I have one cat. This one. And if it'll turn to face you.
It's full of that, isn't it?
I've only got so many because I kept 2 babies. Otherwise, I would have only had 3. But Vikings! Tyler, my daughter loves Vikings.
Adam has got lots of weird delay. Yeah, True Blood is vampire sex. It's a good story.
Bye. What are you doing? Are you coming in to say hello, or are you just standing there just for the sake of it, or is she just standing there for the sake of it? Okay. Strange weirdo. Ah, dear. I don't know.
Oh, don't do that!
Look, he's so fussed. He's just like,
Yeah.
not fussed at all, are you, mate?
Jesus Christ! If I to do,
I
if
am
I
a
tried to
grumpy.
do that with this one,
Could be. I am grumpy cat.
to be fair, he just sits there.
Nope.
Oh, Chase is
Mine-
going to sleep. Look.
Mine's actually still asleep while I'm doing this. Hello, wake up. No.
I've only got one cat in here with me at the moment, and she's the grumpy one that keeps meowing to go out. You're not
Are you
going
gonna
out.
wake up and say hello,
Right.
or are you just going to sleep?
Oh, Sue's James.
Obi's only got 3 legs, so
No, you're just going to sleep, aren't you?
Felix.
Bless him.
Why is it you got a broken cat?
That's me. That's me when you try and get me up in the morning. I'm like, no, I refuse. No.
Yep.
I'm going to ignore you.
If I'm doing like that.
Yeah.
I need to find Potter. Oh, there's Potter. Let me go and get Potter quickly. Oh. Fluffy Potter. Where are you, Flip?
Right, I'm gonna, because my battery's running out,
Yeah.
and my volume's not kind of skew-iffy.
Yeah, we're going to go in a few minutes anyway.
So I'm going to scoot off because I don't know what's real time and what's past time, and it's all very peculiar.
Here's my Flip.
Yeah, you've got some really weird delay.
Fluffy.
Yeah, I think Adam's got some weird delay. We're going to do this in a few minutes anyway. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, I don't know if you can actually hear it. You've got a delay, but thank you for coming. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, Adam, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your win. It was an awesome song, and
it really was. Yeah, you guys did so well.
The fact that you've gifted the winnings to Hayden is just amazing on your part as well.
Yeah,
Oh, you're a Stephen.
I still think you should bring out an album, Adam.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Adam,
thank you, Adam. Thank you for coming on.
He's on his phone, so it's such a delayed time. He doesn't know what's actually happening. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Welcome anytime.
Yes, anytime. You're welcome. Anytime.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun evening.
Whenever we are in the timeline, possibly, I don't know, there might be an album. I don't know. There is a kind of, I'm way behind. I don't know what's going on. There is an album from 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
All right.
Kylie said she just waved at the screen. We saw you.
Yeah, it's like, I'm in the past. I'm in the past.
You need the DeLorean. You need Doc Brown. Marty.
I don't know what you are. I'm not a plot though, because I know Adam's completely in some weird thing.
I don't actually know if Adam can hear us.
No, I know.
No.
He's like,
you mad wee Scotsman.
you showed us your phone, but we can't actually see anything. It's like,
no. It's just
no, I do.
You weirdo.
Bye.
I don't have a clue what's going on
Oh,
whenever I am.
Neither do we.
I don't know. I
am
can see
thinking
you there, but the sound is here,
Really?
so it's hey, bloody less of the mad wee Scotsman. She just mad wee Scotsman, and I'm like, I'm not a mad wee Scotsman.
we
So
wouldn't have you any other way though. What?
who's a weirdo? Is that a weirdo for 10 minutes ago or a weirdo for now? Ah,
No
fuck it,
problem.
right, bye.
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 Bye. We
I
love
was
you.
gonna say bye. Right, thanks to everybody who's joined. Subscribe to all this bloody mad bunch. Subscribe to all the fucking lunatics. Thanks to everybody that voted for me and voted for Hayden and voted in general. Thanks to everybody. Subscribe to all these lunatics, nutters, and stuff. So I'm out here.
Take care.
Good night, Adam.
Yes, they're all awesome.
We are, you know.
Doodle pip.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Ta-ta. Imagine Allergic Mates got me another one straight after that original one died.
I know the delay is absolutely insane. I'm literally trying to message you, trying to apologise to the delay.
Hayden, I'm not sure what you're talking about now. Did I miss something?
No, Adam's about 5
Joe.
minutes behind the rest of us.
I know he is.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Cheery bye.
We're just removing or what?
Don't know.
I've had me a tournament if I could.
Do we need to remove him?
There you go, he's gone.
Oh God. Nutcase. Utter nutter.
Oh my God, that delay was insane.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right, ladies, I'm going to have to call it a night as well because I've got to be up stupid o'clock in the morning.
Well, it is 11 o'clock and I have a long drive tomorrow as well. I have to pack as well. I haven't done
That's it,
that yet.
I'm up at 5, so
Yikes. That's the middle of the night.
it really is.
That must be horrible in the wintertime.
Oh, when you get up and it's pitch black, and then when you go home and it's pitch black, yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it must be
Yeah.
horrible. Oh, no daylight.
No.
Oh.
Okay, we'll call it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We've
Good
had
night, everybody in the chat.
in.
Congratulations to
joining us,
Hayden and Adam.
Thanks for joining us, Adam. It's been really fun.
It
And
has.
yeah, not sure whose channel it is next week,
Mine.
but we'll let you know.
It'll be mine.
Okay.
I can't.
Be on Rubs next week. Yay.
It'll be on my channel next week.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm not quite sure what we're up to next week, but we'll figure something out. So yes.
I can't find the outro. I can't find the outro of video, so I'm just gonna put it.
Fair enough.
You can't find what?
The outro.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll send it
on
to
the
you.
plus side, you got every other video right on time.
You
so.
did,
Yeah.
yay! And the Sherry Dewberry that I only learnt last week as well. Yeah.
There's one that might be, but I don't know if it is or not, so I'm just gonna end the broadcast. So.
Yeah.
I'll resend it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
See you again next week.
Bye.